It's a lot of people to unmute.
It's not a stream unless there are issues.
Okay, okay. We seem to all be live now. I have done the thing.
Yay.
You're
Hi, everyone.
You're good to go, Noir.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the most professional, polished
Listen, I'm
live
doing my
stream of
best,
your
okay?
lives.
You're killing it, buddy. You're killing it. That was my ADHD acting up.
You all missed me telling the murder story. The chat. Sorry, chat. You missed that part.
Oh,
I did a murder this weekend. It's fun.
Ooh.
Most foul.
Again.
so hello everybody, and welcome to a part 2 to the one shot that we did last week. That's right. We still don't quite get the definition of one shot, but we're gonna have a good time regardless. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I am very excited and still incredibly nervous to be doing this, but we're gonna have a great time. I'm Noir. I go by he, they. I will be your GM for today, and let's meet our fantastic crew, the fantastic crew of the USS Arlington. Let's go ahead and start with you, Kirby. Oh, Kirby, Caitlin. I'm so sorry.
No, that's
So
good.
Kirby will be
Immersion.
the player, and then Caitlin will end up in the Star Trek universe.
Oh God, my
I
head.
think we'll just see how that goes tonight. Wait. Am I talking about my character or am I talking about me?
No, you're talking about you and the character. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder, she, her. Tonight I am playing Kirby. Just Kirby, no rank, nothing else going on. And they go by they, them.
Nothing at all.
Awesome. Going on down, we've got Mike here with us. Hey, bud, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you playing?
My name is Mike Fadum, and I am playing Lieutenant Karl Volkov, the greatest pilot Starfleet's ever seen, except for all the other pilots Starfleet has ever seen.
Awesome. So, and the lovely Sam. Hey, Sam, how you doing? I've always loved seeing you.
All the better for being here with you this evening, Noir. I'm very much looking forward to subjecting you, gentle audience, once again to me, Sam Delev, where I will be playing Lieutenant Commander Sydney Vandergraaf.
Awesome. And moving right along, we've got Eric. Hey, Eric, Captain. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Noir?
Oh, I'm excited to put you guys through some stuff.
Yeah, doing good. Tonight I'm playing, once again, Captain Nevin Shaw, and let me just say that when you randomly select your captain's name from a character generator, do be aware that you might accidentally be selecting the name of somebody who is already named in Star Trek.
I'm telling you, just do what a Star Trek writer would do and go with it. Be like, we meant to do that, and
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just be like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, he's related. Sure, yeah.
Hey,
But
Make
yes,
eye
captain
contact
of the
with Chekhov
USS
in the
Arlington.
hallway,
Yeah.
and just do what you do.
But yes, playing Captain Nevin Shaw, captain of the USS Arlington Constitution class, and this takes place in the Kelvin timeline.
It does. So who's to say you're not a descendant of
Could be.
the Kelvin universe version of that character?
Could be. Could happen.
And last but certainly not least, I'm so glad to see you, and I'm so glad that you're doing well. I'm glad. It's super good to have you back. Please tell us who you're playing today.
Hi, I'm Elisa Pearl, she, her, and I am playing an Efrosian ensign named Gin Loterai. He, him, and I love him. I've played him before for the Stream Punks fundraiser a couple years ago when Xander ran a one-shot, and I played this character, and so I'm bringing him back,
Woo.
dusting him off.
Awesome. Well, let's do a quick recap so anyone just kind of stumbling in knows where we are. This story takes place in the Kelvin universe. Star date 2261 to be specific. We've moved on a year from the events of the last one shot, wherein the USS Arlington was assigned the mission of checking out what happened to the USS Newton. The USS Newton was assigned to survey and gather information on a temporal anomaly in space. This was of particular interest to the Federation because there were signs of red matter at this temporal anomaly. When the USS Arlington came, they found the ship in complete disarray. And when they went to rescue the crew of the Newton, they found on board biomechanical uh, the biomechanical versions of the crew. We, of course, understand them to be Borg, but the Borg have not been discovered yet in the Kelvin universe. And while Borg do technically exist in the Kelvin universe, as their arrival happened pre-division of the timelines, they are not publicly known. Now, through some clever decisions, the team was able to take control over the collective, which has already grown a bit weaker from the distance between them and the normal collective, and free the recently assimilated Starfleet crew by severing their link, and they have formed their own collective amongst themselves. There was also an assimilated Klingon warship that was getting ready to attack the Arlington, but at the 0 hour, at the last second, another Arlington appeared, assisted the crew by destroying the Klingons, and gave them a warning to be wary of the Federation. With that, they warped away, and now we pick up again with what happens afterwards. So, Captain Shaw, sticking to regulations, has
Right.
delivered a report to the Federation.
I should have probably cleared that recap with you before I gave you my answers. Because you're telling me this, I was like, did that? Oh, that did happen. Yeah, that's great. I love that Captain Shaw was like a future version of himself, warped in, and was like, "Don't trust the Federation." I'm like, "You got it," and he warped out, and I'm like, "Yeah." So anyway, get on the channel with Starfleet. If you could just let them know everything, that would be great.
It's not too late to change your mind.
Oh,
Would you
I'll
like-
change my mind. Yeah, no, if you're gonna let me. Now that
Yeah,
we've
absolutely,
recapped-
absolutely.
Oh,
What would
yeah.
you like to do instead?
Oh yeah, we're gonna hold off. This Shaw has seen season 3 of Picard, so he's gonna hold off on telling anybody anything right now.
Okay.
And instead, he's going to. It's been a week, you said, or is
So
it a month?
before it would have been a year if you did report to Starfleet.
Oh, jeez.
But it will be 6 months if you don't report.
Okay, cool. Let's do a big time jump.
Okay.
Man, I love this.
Everybody
So
good?
we're doing adventure book. It's
We
great.
good for a time warp?
Absolutely.
Do a time warp again.
So after the
Oh,
events of the first of our first adventure, it has been 6 months. It has been 6 months of consistent communications coming from the Federation, trying to make contact with the Arlington. Now, within that time, do you stick with the Newton or do you go about somewhere else?
I would definitely want to confer with my XO on that one. Because at this point, if we are not reporting back to Starfleet,
Mm-hmm.
so my question is, have we not been into space dock in 6 months? Have we not reported in? So
that
we
is
are
the case.
long overdue.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, I'm gonna have to operate this. We're off the map now. Like I can't just. Now it's volunteer. Like I need everyone on board with this because I can't just be like, "Hey, everyone, we're gonna go ahead and just disregard Starfleet." In which case, I'm gonna be coordinating with my XO and the crew to
Awesome.
find out what we want to do. Because right now we would be listed as long overdue, and they're going to be sending just. I imagine, I don't know what you have planned, but Shaw's going to be like, yeah, if we don't report in for 6 months, like what is the course of action? Like they're going to send ships to find out what happened to us.
So the inciting incident for you will be that the latest communique from the Federation says, at this point, we're assuming that you're either unable to respond or unwilling. Either way, we are sending assistance to gather intel to see what's going on.
Okay, that was anticipated. Well, so then, oh man. So is the,
Tokyo's gonna be rough a little
so
bit
is
for
the
you in the
agenda?
beginning.
So is the agenda here to hide our sister ship here that has been reported lost this whole time? Because
Excellent question, Captain.
yeah, because we can't hide that from Starfleet. They're eventually going to send people out here and see this, and if we can't move the ship, and then what is the ultimate goal here
Well, we
for
have
trying
a,
to keep this?
sir. We have
Go ahead.
we have a whole cadre of Starfleet engineers. We could possibly get the ship moving and not be here anymore when they get here.
The goal is to get the ship moving and send it back to its original universe,
Okay.
right? So
That is one of the options. One of the last things that the other Shaw told you was that there are rifts like this appearing throughout. And what he's been doing is he's been going and closing them. He didn't tell you how he's been doing that, but that is the
Yeah, he
mission
left
that
that
he is on.
okay.
Keep in mind, he's from a timeline in which you did go to the Federation and you did tell them what happened. And
Okay.
that's why he's telling you not to make that same mistake.
Right. Okay.
Or
No
he's a
problem.
bunch of changelings in a trench coat, and
No, the trench coat is also a changeling.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right.
Solids. There was a crew of Starfleet officers on that ship, Captain.
About 6 months after, I will say that the Newton is basically functional. It still does not have access to warp, however.
Does it have any kind of propulsion?
Yes, it has basic impulse,
Okay,
but
so
it
at least
does
we
not
can
have
move her.
warp.
Okay, well, in that case, first of all, the anomaly. What is the status of the anomaly that it came through?
So that's actually where the Arlington went back in, and it closed behind it.
This dude, me,
Mhm.
told me you got to send this back, and then he went back through the door and closed it behind him.
That
Different.
appears to be the case.
Wasn't it different rift? He came out of a different anomaly, or did he come out of the anomaly?
I don't.
You
remember.
didn't see where he came from because he came
Right.
out of warp.
Right.
Okay,
right,
So
right.
the assumption would be that he came from a different rift, closed it, went to this rift, and closed that one too, while giving you all the instructions to find additional rifts and join him in closing them.
Okay, in which case, in that case, we have been using this time to conduct extensive sensor scans, and I would have ordered the USS Arlington to be escort to the Newton, and we would have proceeded at full impulse, literally in any direction but towards a space dock. As we just because we have absolutely nothing to go on. we are literally microbes searching for smaller microbes in a haystack the size of the ocean. So
So that's I love where we are. So with that being said, I'm going to give the Arlington a insight engineering. Whoever wants to take this task can. It is difficulty 2.
it's got a
But
good
thi-
engineering.
But this
not
is
me.
going to be frame how well you're able to arrange your sensors to pick up these anomalies so you know where to go to close them.
Could we make the argument for insight science for scanning?
Inside
You know
engineering's
what? I'll
best
take
role.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Sam?
Inside engineering's Van der Graaf's best role.
Then I defer. Like if you absolutely want to do
I
it.
could tank it if you'd like.
Yeah.
That's actually the good stats one.
Sure thing.
Okie dokie, let's get it popping.
All right. Do we like ship systems for focus on this?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic, because I also love it. Let's see. Okay. All right, good. Extra good then. That's what was the difficulty in retrospect?
It was 2.
Fantastic.
Difficulty 2.
We gain 2 momentum, one from Sydney and one from operations manager ability. When a ship succeeds a task assisted by the ship's computers or sensors. I'm assuming there's an Arlo roll.
I was about to ask if I could roll for the Arlington.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm going to be rolling computers. Oh no, I'm going to be rolling sensors and. You know what? This would be an ideal time for me to roll. Probably sensors and science for the scan for the Arlington, because I shouldn't be rolling what you rolled anyway. So this is
Rock
8,
and roll.
9, 10. So I need an 11 or lower for the Arlington.
Apparently, we have 3 momentum. Someone in chat is saying they gave us one that I missed. So
Nice.
I can see that Mike is working for Noir today.
no, momentum's
Thank
good.
you, Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin, should we share that with everyone?
Sure, yeah.
Put that in chat. Caitlin has a Spotify sound, like a music.
I didn't make it. It's just one that I like.
It's just
a lot.
one that Caitlin uses that
That's a
sometimes
great
some of
idea.
us play in the background because I love soundtracks to RPGs.
Do
Okay, I
have-
rolled
do
a-
I have
oh,
link
it's not gonna do it.
permissions, Mike,
I rolled a
Sorry, what?
14 for the Arlington.
do I have link permissions?
Yeah. If you don't, put it in chat, and I'll put it in the other chat.
Okay, I'll let
Okay.
you do. You have the
Yeah.
channel. It's in the.
Oh yeah, no. Unfortunately, I rolled a 14 for the Arlington, so she's not picking up anything.
Okie dokie.
Thankfully, our first officer is quite competent at this.
The last one, I suppose, actually goes to obtain information momentum spend, so I will have to specifically spend it for that. So 2 into the pool and 1 for obtain information, which is non-specific, so I guess either of us can really use it.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
So, it takes a while, but you're able to use the readings from the anomaly that you've encountered and set your sensors to be sensitive to that particular configuration. And you find another rift. It's a bit far, but you know where to go. It should take you about 5 days worth of travel at warp.
Okay, then the next question is, can we tractor?
That was
The
something I
Newton.
was gonna suggest, Captain. Is
Yeah.
see if we could maybe Kirby and I could get together to figure out how to do some kind of warp wake riding for the Newton. See if it could follow along with us.
We should be able to tractor it at warp, but it would have to be. That's probably going to eat a lot of power because we'll need to sustain a warp bubble around both. Oh yeah, because the Newton doesn't have.
I will say this is gonna be a reason engineering difficulty 3, just because
Okay.
the Newton has been repaired, but it's still not
Doesn't have its own.
tip-top.
Yeah. And we will. Could I perhaps, whoever's going to make this roll, and I'm guessing it's going to be our XO. Or actually, Caitlin, remind me, does Kirby has a pretty good engineering score too? You could assist in this maybe?
Yeah. Kirby has a good engineering score on accident. I forgot that I did that last time. I was like, "Well, I'm not good at this thing." No, they are.
I was going
My
to say,
macro's 15. How are you?
You're sorry. What's both of them?
Reason engineering for it?
My reason engineering. That's 17.
Go for it.
Okay.
That's you, baby.
okay. What I was going to say is we might, to both simulate this and to make it easier on us, if Noir is willing to do this, we might, considering the fact that we are trying to create an extended warp field around both us and the Newton, we might consider spending power from the ship. I mean, it's going to take 1 point of power to go to warp anyway. So maybe what we could do is spend 2 points of power as well to constitute a warp field bubble around if you guys are successful. Or would I don't know if that was just a price of admission.
I will give you that if you're willing to take 1 point of threat. Or willing to give me 1 point of threat.
Oh, geez.
Chat's about to threat flood you all
Anyway.
bits anyway. I don't think there's any harm in adding to the dragon's horde.
That's
I could do with more people calling me a dragon.
Sam's using flattery to get us some help.
Well, I'm getting us 5 days away to warp, aren't I?
True. All right. Sure.
Awesome.
I enjoy threat.
And so with that,
All right,
your
so that's
team
gonna-
is able to work alongside the Newton, and I do have the crew of the Newton, and it's very strange when you go to the Newton to assist them with building everything. The crew don't really speak unless they're speaking to you. You can tell that they're able to communicate with each other without a word.
Oof.
But so it's very weird seeing the procedures of the Federation, the procedures of Starfleet handled by this crew. No orders need to be given because it's just instant. And it's a little disconcerting, especially Sydney, when you go over there. Hannah still says we, and you understand what you tell her. Unfortunately, you tell the entire crew. They're still very much a collective, but they're the Newton collective.
You know,
That
hanging
is
out
a
here
band
kind of
name if
reminds
ever
me
I heard
of
one.
those. Hanging out here kind of reminds me of those silent raves I went to back at the academy.
You say that like if you say that while you're on the Newton, it's very funny because all at once you hear them all laugh like, "Ha!" But all of them do it in unison.
Carl takes that in and never makes a joke on the Newton again.
It's very uncomfortable.
Question.
Yes.
Does the Newton Collective, do they want to stay like this? Do they want to stay as a unit? Or would
Do
they...
you ask any of them this?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, it's actually you wouldn't have to. The moment you step on the Newton,
Oh, right.
you sink right back up.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. Kirby's made some friends.
It's especially for Kirby, this is a very complicated answer. You're able to look past the hive mind, and underneath it, there's still the individuals. Unfortunately, it does feel like they're losing that a bit. Right now, they're focused on the mission. Like, you have to go very deep to
Yeah.
get past, we need to get the ship operational and warp capable.
How much like time are we saying is going to be passing while we are like working on this particular
I'm gonna say for
endeavor?
this would be a week.
Okay. So I think Kirby helps out where they can with just like anything stuff, but I think every time they're on the ship, they kind of want to do like the I guess I don't know, whatever the equivalent of like just like boop, like sliding people away from it, like just like letting them like stay like trying to like go in every once in a while and like try to like let them stay separate until they have the time, like until they want to decide if that's what they want or not. Like if you're gonna become one consciousness, you should do that on purpose and not because you're trying to get your ship set up. So like they're just gonna kind of like, I don't know, like chaperone at a high school dance, like please. Boop,
So-
just like inside, like just kind of when they move through spaces, just to kind of like I need to just check every once in a while, like how are we doing in here?
Every now and then there's elation at like, oh, I get to be just me for a second. That's great. Then sometimes it's a sadness because they know it's going away. There are the odd fellows that in a very weird way kind of prefer it. There's jealousy, which is, why does Hannah get to have family here? This isn't fair. You can tell that it's a little easier for Hannah to grasp onto that individuality because there is someone there that is just theirs. And then there's like that, you can kind of feel Hannah's happiness and guilt about it. But then, right when those feelings start to come to the surface, we have to fix the Newton. We have to get it warp capable.
Yeah, that's that. Kirby's just like helping out where they can, and also just like trying to like do their best in brain space, in tech brain space, to just try to give them a buffer until. Because if those whatever that 10% want to stay a collective and everybody else wants out, like we can make that happen. But like we gotta they just want to give them time. Essentially, is like just give us enough time.
Okay. So the crew has different emotions about when you come by. Some people prefer it, some people don't. But ultimately, they get the job done. The ship is sturdy enough to handle being put in this wake bubble and basically dragged through warp. Once
That just
that's
occurred. I'm sorry. Just so everybody knows who has a ship sheet and is keeping track of this right now. That's going to put us down 1 for going to warp, 2 for establishing an extra warp bubble, and it's an additional 1 point of power to use a tractor beam. So that's going to put us down by 4, which we can regenerate using engineering. But yeah.
awesome.
I calculated it as 1 for the money, 2 for the show, but yours also seems accurate.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot about the show. Oops.
Yeah, that always gets ya.
Yeah, that show math always messes me up.
I should ask, Captain, how are we, while we are taking the Newton, is the collective taking charge, or are we posting someone aboard?
It's a Starfleet vessel. Somebody should be posted over there, but at the same time, this is sort of a unique position. Diplomatically, my instinct is that Kirby should be the one taking point on this, considering their connection. But I don't know how wise that is, considering how little we know of this collective consciousness that they have. And I don't want to put Kirby in a position where they might get compromised.
And I am obligated to say, sir, they are a civilian. I
Volunteer?
could.
I have a feeling that's what you were getting at. If you think, Commander, I think you can handle that, and I believe you can. But again, I know you have a personal stake in this. This isn't a pretty unusual situation. Do you
I
want
didn't
backup?
encounter it in any of the Starfleet Academy exercises, sir.
Yeah, no, this is way out of bounds in what we went through at the Academy. Do you want any kind of backup? Do you maybe want Kirby there with you?
I think that would be best.
Well, civilians or not, the Newton is a Starfleet vessel, so therefore I am authorized to put you in command. Congratulations, you're now the captain of the USS Newton.
All right. So, are you going to make your way over to the Newton, Captain?
Yes, I am. I walked
Yep.
right into this. This is the
You
Bible
did.
problem.
I'm going to give you the field commission, right? You know, it's Star Trek Online all over again.
Level 1, get your own ship.
Go. You're just out of the academy. Great. Anyway, here's center chair. Good luck. Yeah. So, yeah, and I'll say if take Kirby with you, and there is actually a young engineer that I would like for you to take with you as well. Someone who could probably be of great use to us. And I'm going to pause right here because we haven't actually discussed the intro, but I would love to introduce Eliza here.
Oh, you know what?
If I could
Yeah, let's do
introduce
it.
Loteri, did I pronounce that correct, Eliza? Loteri?
Loterai.
Loterai.
Gin
Loterai.
Loterai.
Okay. Ensign Loterai of our engineering department works in ops, and I think he would be perfect. So why don't I send him over with you?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna immediately just get over on the because this is Kelvin timeline, so everything has a button here, and I'll just have a button on my desk and say, Captain Shaw to Ensign Loterai.
Loterai here.
Ensign, if you could please report to my ready room.
Yes, Captain.
And yeah, when you walk in, oh, this is a good opportunity for character descriptions too, because we haven't gotten a chance to really do that this session in case somebody missed the last one. But
Awesome.
yeah, when you walk in, Shaw is middle-aged man with clean shaven, kind of sunken like high cheekbones, sunken features, a little bit, kind of a sharp angular face, bit of a crow's peak, and also crow's feet by his eyes. It looks like he's probably spent a good portion of his life not taking care of his skin and smiling a whole
So
bunch.
he looks like a crow. Got it.
Yeah. But has a bit of a grin when you walk in. Stands at about 5'11", and when
He's
you
human, right?
yeah, he's human. Mid-40s, and he's leaning up against his desk, and of course he's decked out in the command yellows of the Kelvin universe, and then he is
And we can't
standing
see him
next
because
to
of all the lens flares.
yeah, and he's standing next to. Hey,
it's
you know
bright
what?
in here.
We made it.
Oh,
Did
God.
we not? I don't think we cracked the lens flare joke in the first episode. I think
No,
we
we
made it this
did.
far.
We
did.
did.
Never mind.
I messed that up for us.
We did, because I
was like,
actually
how far are we gonna go?
I specifically added lens flares. I just put them on screen again
That's
because
fair,
Noir
that's
had
fair.
mentioned
Okay.
it.
My backup character, if all my Kirby decisions went poorly, was going to be a lens flare. So
That's true. I should have just made a race sentient lens flare, and I would have been like operate anyway.
You guys
was
are
like, what
spoiling
happened
the
to the
end.
stream?
The end of the end of the
one
story is the ship becomes one giant
Yeah.
lens flare.
I'm an photonic being, right?
Yeah,
Those are
totally.
known, established within the lore of Trek. Anyway,
Thank you.
the captain is standing next to commander in Operations Red, who is just a handful of inches shorter, roughly the same age, and just as tragically human as the captain. Powerful build, long blonde braid, and it's funny that Eric described himself the way he did, because I described Sydney van der Graaf as the one who brings the sunblock with them to the con, but likewise the granola bars. You know, there's always at a con one person who has the pack.
Yeah.
And they're our
Yep.
favorite
Sydney van der
friend.
Graaf.
It's all of us, probably, actually.
Yeah.
I extremely bring the sunblock.
But now
All
it's
right.
going to be sunblock and hand sanitizer
Yeah. And extra masks to throw at people.
and extra masks.
All right. So, are you Captain and Lotharai, are you ready to head over to the Newton?
Well, I will describe myself very quickly.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry.
And is everyone in this room, or is it just the two of you?
It's
I'm
just the
gonna
two
say-
of us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
unless-
yeah,
unless the
no, you're in the
Sartorius-
ready room. You're
Yeah,
in the
right,
ready
Yeah, the
room.
ready
That's
room.
right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay,
Sorry.
so yeah, when you walk in, you see this like 5'4" male Ephrosion, and he has this like flowy, just past shoulder length, white, slightly wavy hair that he wears in a high ponytail, like half up in a high ponytail. He also has these like stringy mustache strings coming from the two sides of the top of his mustache and then just below his chin. And he has a very like placid look on his face. You see his irises are just slightly clouded over, which you have seen. If you've seen Ephrosions before, you know that sometimes they have low vision. You're not, maybe, I don't know how well you know him, but you do notice that his irises are slightly cloudy. And he's wearing the Operations Red as well. And so he says, "I'm ready when you are, Captain."
To which captain you're referring to? Shaw.
No, I think
Oh.
I think he was referring
Whichever
to.
captain.
Yeah, I think he was actually referring to Captain Vandergoff.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And so,
It whooshes
whom it may
them
concern.
for a moment. It extremely whooshes them. Oh, yeah.
The captain will just slowly turn and look over at his XO.
Captain. Shall
Enter.
we?
Let's go.
and you see, you see, Lieutenant Nathan Naveco. Naveco. All right. To beam to the Newton. Congratulations on your promotion, by the way. Okay. Bye. And with that,
Into
You-
the photons of what have I done?
you beam aboard the bridge of the Newton, and there are crew members stationed all over, and they work silently, and you materialize, and they all stop and look over at you, and you can see them collectively take a step toward you, and they all stop, but one of them doesn't, and that's the person sitting at the pilot console. And you see Hannah come over and give you a hug. We're so excited you're here.
Good to see you. I step back, I straighten up a little bit, and I'll address the crew. Per Starfleet regulations, Captain Shaw has posted me at the center chair. Are you all ready for that?
We find this acceptable. And then they just go back to work. And the camera will zoom out of the Newton, and we see the Newton and the Arlington pointed in the same direction. We zoom out a bit, and we hit warp. Credits start to come up, and we have to do it. These are the voyages of the Starship Arlington. Its continuing mission to explore the impossible and the improbable, to redefine our understanding of the universe we call home and our place within it, to seek out new questions and together find our answers, to boldly go when no one has gone before. We get back into the bridge of the Arlington, and we're doing a basic like time. We're doing a basic wipe, and the week of travel has basically passed. If there's anything anyone would like to do within that week, please let me know. Other than that, you will arrive at your destination.
Gin would like to have a moment with the captain of the Newton. May we go to the ready room, sir?
Of course, Ensign.
Cross over to the ready room.
As you walk out, you just hear one of them say, "We have the comm."
You sure do.
You're supposed to wait
Sound
for...
alarming.
Okay.
Once we're in the ready room and the door is closed, I would like to do a check to see if... I guess Gin doesn't know how connected this crew is to the ship. Like, if the ship is part of the collective and if the ship can always be listening. So I do want to get on a console and just see what I can see about that.
I'm gonna say it's as simple as you put the inquiry into the system, and it responds, "Yes, we are aware.
Great.
Would you like privacy?"
Yes. Yes.
And you can see and hear the power draw out from this room. There's still
Life support?
life support. There's still life support and lights, but other than that, the room is free of the ship's influence.
Ah, so it's not we have the con, it's we are the con.
That was actually much easier than I thought it would be.
They're still Starfleet officers. At their core, they understand
Yes,
privacy
but
in principle, even if they don't currently practice it.
right. I just was, I willingly came on this mission, and I don't regret that at all. But I just was wondering, number one, is there any concern that we might be brought into the collective? And number two, is there any plan to uncollective them that I should know about?
Well, I am not personally planning on joining. My understanding is that Kirby's been spending a fair amount of this time sounding them out about whether or not they can or want to separate. Like I said, they're Starfleet officers.
All right. So we don't seem to be in any immediate danger, then?
I'm sure the danger will come, but it is not on this ship at the moment.
All right. And Captain, if there's anything you want me to do or keep an eye on, please do let me know. I just want to be of service.
What? You did take this assignment. It's unusual, I know. Any particular
Yes.
reason?
You mean coming with you to the Newton or being sent to the Arlington? Because there's been a lot of change for me lately.
Well, we have time and a finite number of individuals to talk to on this ship, so I wouldn't mind hearing either or both.
All right. Well, I was sent to the Arlington quite by surprise. I was a helm officer, but because I have other skills, I think they wanted me to try a new position, try different things. So now I swing between ops and engineering. I miss the helm, if I'm being honest. But they told me that sometimes I would get to fly, which I think that's enough for me. You know, I'm just starting out, so I'm okay with trying out different positions. Yeah, maybe I might not want to be a pilot forever. Maybe there's other things for me. So that's how I got to the Arlington. Now, I just took orders to come to the Newton. I didn't think I had an option. Did I have an option?
Captain Shaw thought of you for some kind of a reason. And usually I know his mind, but this was an exception, and I was curious.
Well,
Thought you might know.
I know that as an Efrosian, I have certain senses that other humanoids, and especially humans, don't have. So maybe Captain Shaw was hoping I would look at this collective through a different lens.
Then I look forward to hearing your impressions. Anson?
All right.
And don't worry, I promise nepotism won't interfere too much with choice of helm officer. We'll get you your flight hours.
Oh, I wouldn't want to push anyone else off of the helm, though. I'd be happy to be a shuttle up. You know.
She's my sister. Pushing her out of places she doesn't belong is my job.
Oh,
Well, no, it's my privilege. But it's for the good of the job.
all right.
Is that all?
Yes, Captain.
As soon as the conversation ends, you hear and the energy comes back.
How did they know when? The sister might be striking back.
Privacy.
Oh, the stories I could tell.
And with that, we kind of pan over to the Arlington. What's happening there during this week of travel?
Well, I was going to see if I could get on the comms with Kirby over on the Newton and just do a quick little video check-in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So yeah, I guess communicator beeps that you've got a phone call coming in.
Yeah, for sure. I think Kirby again, I think is just posted up in the whatever like a common room area is, just like fully just in civilian clothes, and so the little like screen will pop up, and you see a kind of scrawny individual. They have short, cropped, really short, messy hair, kind of pulled back, not quite long enough to like be in their face, but they wear the headbands anyways, so they don't continue to run their hands through it. Look exhausted but alert in their little paradoxical way, and they're in their civilian uniform. And they pop up on screen and they go for Kirby. Oh, hey.
Hey, Gerbs. So you see Carl on the other end. Carl is a young, pretty pretty fresh out of the academy faced guy. He's got that attempt to grow in a beard of the like blonde stubble coming out that's not really working for him, and he's got his hair like set up and shellacked in whatever the most recent future fashion is. A little bit longer blonde hair, but it's kind of sticking up a little bit in a bunch of different ways. You can just tell instantly that he's trying really hard. Just so hard. And nonchalantly leaning back in his chair in the there's a little, yeah, in his room on the ship, he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to check in and see how things were going over there. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to check on you. I know you were sort of connected to everybody for a bit there, and then you've kind of been over
Oh yeah,
there.
that didn't quite. Yeah, as soon as I came back, that's kind of the normal now.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I can
How's
hop out
that?
most of the time. Oh, I'm used to a lot more privacy. I will not lie to you. But I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not so bad. Uh, having people around, they're very focused. They have a lot of feelings, and unfortunately, I'm aware of all of them all of the time.
Like all
But
the
I think
time?
that's good.
Like, are
I
you
mean, whenever
connected
they're
to them
around.
when you're using the head?
No,
Good,
I
good,
endeavor to not do that.
good.
But
That's
you
great.
know, they have. I mean, I think that having the feelings thing is kind of a good thing because then we know that they're all still separate in there. Because it seems like maybe they're having trouble holding on to that. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them a little wiggle room so we can get out of here, and then we can hopefully figure that out. Because that one guy, the guy who threatened us and then didn't do a good job of it,
Yeah.
said that we could undo it. So I guess we'll just try to hold on just with, I'm getting a brain workout over here. Honestly, it's a lot, but
I could tell.
they're
But
friendly.
that was good. That was a real good status update on how the rest of the crew was doing. But I was calling to ask my friend how they're doing. So.
God, who are you, my therapist? Good lord. Definitely have heard that line before. Good. Still singular.
Good.
Still,
Good.
Still Kirby.
Okay.
Tired. To be honest.
Yeah, I can
But,
imagine. I mean, well, I guess not because we're at work. But I was gonna say if you want to beam over here to get a little break from all the you could anytime you want. I mean, obviously your bunk's still set up. We could throw on a nice little peaceful river on the holodeck and
Splash around.
splash. Yeah. Splash around.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what I
let you
do
know.
in the holodeck.
So that's what everyone does in the holodeck, right? Yeah,
Oh
there's
yeah,
nothing-
absolutely.
nothing-
Splashing.
nothing happens there.
Tons of water
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah, I maybe soon, maybe.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fine.
Right now, I think I'm a little. Since I've been here for longer than just a visit, now I'm a little worried that we're gonna lose him. If
You think you're the
You know.
one holding them from?
no, but I think I'm
Okay.
helping.
Okay.
I hope,
Okay.
and I don't. I think I would. Unfortunately, I think I would feel bad if I could have done something and didn't.
Yeah.
God, I sound like Starfleet.
You do, which is
Gross.
I've been telling you, just slap a comm badge on, you'd fit right in.
Peel it
don't-
out of my mouth.
All right,
Gross.
all right.
You're disgusting.
But like
You're
that's
gross.
a
You're gross.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
worst.
But
I'm the
unfortunately,
worst.
I think I care about the well-being of the Newton Collective at this present moment, so I'm gonna keep an eye on them, or a brain
Okay.
eye, or
Is there anything we can do on this end to help? I don't want you and the captain, the other captain, not this captain, but the new captain. Over
the
there.
new captain.
I don't want y'all
new captain.
just
new
Atlas
captain.
carrying that shit everywhere.
New captain.
I can say shit in Star Trek now.
T-O.
Yeah, is there anything we can do? You need anything?
I mean, I'm sure Vandergraff will let you know, but I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, I think we're just going.
For sure. And like Vandegraff's,
Helping.
you know, they're brilliant, but they're they're not plugged in to everything over there the way you are. So
Yeah. Oh,
you might
this
know
crew,
other
the Newton
things.
Collective, they're very good. They've got like everything under control. It's frightening sometimes, but
Yeah, I think I've heard some of their early albums. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
no, beautiful. Yeah, no, I think yeah, they're just. I mean, it seems like they're just working.
Huh. That sounds
They're trying.
terrible. Should we like
I
throw them a
know.
party?
I think we should. I think that should
Okay.
be on the list of things. Oh, you told me,
Okay.
and they can hear my thoughts and shit now. It's now they know it can't be a surprise. Way to go.
Okay, well, we won't do a surprise party, but maybe I can get
Okay.
on the horn with.
I guess
Okay,
that's
do I
another
call them
solution.
commander or captain? It's a field promotion, right? So I call them captain now. Yeah, Captain Vandergraff. I'll maybe send them a message and be like, uh, uh, should we bring over? Should we replicate some cookies and party hats? Do they think that would help?
Replicators.
Don't
I don't have replicators yet.
Oh, no replicators. Sorry, sorry.
gotta make some.
It's Kelvin.
make
They
some-
probably are somewhere. Anyway, we can
But
mix
guess
up.
what? Guess what's
You
in
know what?
Kirby's brain? Guess what Kirby could
Whippersnapper.
make?
Whippersnapper
make
with
us a
your replicators.
we could
Your
we could
fancy Pac-Man video games.
Kirby,
could.
Kirby does have the schematics for all of the tech from the prime timeline.
Oh my
in
God,
their
you
brain.
do.
It was said
Uh,
at the end of the last game that Kirby could make anything from that they
Oh my
wanted to.
God. So yeah, I mean, I can
Anyways.
whip up a cake probably.
Yeah. I guess we just
Maybe a
see
couple
if we
cupcakes.
make
I don't
it.
know.
I haven't been fully in the loop, but I think we're just trying to get the ship where we're going and then
Okay.
go from there.
Okay. Is a So yeah, there's no holodeck either. Never mind. I shouldn't have said that earlier.
You are so spoiled.
I know. I know. Is the recreation deck up and running over there? Could we take them through some Parisi squares?
I don't think that that's been prioritized quite yet, but
All right.
if I get some free time, maybe
All right.
maybe I'll book around there.
All right. Well, just let
Also
me know.
for
I don't know if you can
Eliza
tell,
and
I'm
for-
super bored. We're driving, we're going at warp in a straight line. This
Yeah.
is the worst part of my job.
It's
Yeah, I can tell you've called me 4 times today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you needed
It's-
you know the answers to the crosswords. I can't.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know answers to the crosswords from the future. Actually, I know
Oh,
answers
really?
to crosswords from the future from other planets.
Holy shit!
I'm
Wait,
having a great time.
do you know like who wins the Parisi Square finals in the next year?
In another universe, another
Oh
galaxy.
yeah, that's true. It'll all change.
It's puzzles.
Everything
I
changes.
found out the
Butterflies,
past 2 days.
wings.
Puzzles are ruined for me. It's kind of sad.
Literally, Back to the Future 2 warned us about
I
this.
know.
and it's at this time where
they just
both
started shooting the shit.
Yeah.
where both the Newton and the Arlington get a priority message from the Federation, not directly sent to either, but to the entire fleet.
Okay.
Do you
Wide
decide?
transmission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kirby also reads it without asking.
So you're okay. So the message it goes through.
Mm.
It is Admiral Chin that you see on your view screens. It is a solemn day for the Federation. It's only been 2 years since the attack in San Francisco. And while the Federation remains strong, we have the unfortunate responsibility to report that the Enterprise and her crew have been destroyed. We are still unable to locate the Arlington, the Newton, and the Franklin, but we remain strong. We ask that all ships return to Space Station Yorktown. It has been a trying few years for the Federation. But we remain steadfast in our goals to explore, to learn, and to help each other. And now more than ever, we need to rely on those principles. We will keep the crews of these ships in our hearts and in our minds, and we will honor them. Admiral, out.
Well, that complicates things significantly because now there's been an official order to return to base.
I would like to ping the captain.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you didn't share
Captain-
this out with the rest of us.
Well, I shared it with all of my crew.
Oh no, I mean Eric.
By
Sorry.
receiving it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fleet-wide transmission, so I would have had it on main viewer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just thinking about this as he sees his console chair light up. He's going to reach over to the console and tap it and say, I just saw it too.
We have orders, sir.
Stand by. And he taps the chair.
Sir, permission to speak?
All right. Sure.
I was just thinking, if we're reported missing, like they said, my parents might think I'm dead. It would be great to get something to them. Just a thought, sir.
This is a huge inconvenience for all of us. And he lets that linger for a second, and then he says, it would be hazardous for us to contact anyone in Starfleet if we have any intention of fulfilling this mission.
I understand, sir.
Lieutenant, we have a lot of people thinking that we're probably lost right now. Let's get this done and get back into the action. I'm going to tap the console again and say, Captain, every fiber in my being tells me we continue as planned without any hesitation and to wrap up this mission as quickly as possible. That way we don't defy orders, we're simply delayed.
What was the word on the Franklin? And
I
I'll say
couldn't
this
hear
over my shoulder as well, knowing that I have no privacy on the ship at all, not even a little. And seeing if a report will just fwoomph. There it is. I do actually kind of love this crew.
The Franklin was exploring far closer to the Delta Quadrant than most are willing to go. They encountered a wormhole and have been missing for the past 4 years.
And how long was the Newton missing before we found it?
Also for
Also for.
the
Newton had been missing
timeline
for-
fits a little suspiciously, sir.
Yeah.
How far is that from our present location?
It is in quite the opposite direction.
Captain. That's a isn't it?
Well, space being what it is, it's hard to say whether or not it's connected. It certainly could be.
The last thing the report tells you is that a escape pod was found near the coordinates of where the Franklin vanished, and that is what the Enterprise was going to investigate. the Franklin, the Arlington, and the Newton are MIA. Enterprise has been confirmed destroyed.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, Captain, this doesn't change anything. We continue on course. We continue to try to get the Newton exactly where it needs to be as quickly as possible so that we can get back to Starbase. After we straighten out our stories a little bit. Keeping in mind that lying may not be necessary considering what's at stake for Starfleet.
We follow Starfleet's directives and have a little bit of room for judgment in the field. I understand, Captain. But something tells me the Newton's involved.
Couldn't hear that. Sorry.
Something tells me the Newton's involved, Captain.
All the more reason to wrap this up as quickly as possible. In which case, at that point, he's just going to say, let me know if you need anything else.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, to be honest. I'm just eager to see this through.
I've
Like-
seen you in a lot of places, Captain, but skirting the edge of mutiny is a new one.
It's not mutiny yet. There's a window of time till it becomes mutiny. We're not
We've
rogue.
actually been a bit farther from the drapes, looking out that window.
Captain, what you're going to find out, sitting in the center chair, is that Starfleet actually gives captains of starships a tremendous amount of latitude for good judgment in situations like this.
Shaw,
We
this is temporary. This is because of the crew here, and someone needed to keep an eye on them.
I'm going to tell you a secret. It is temporary, but it's also your first step.
Vandegraaff out.
When the comms cut out, he gets on the comms to the ship and he goes, "Attention, USS Arlington. This is the captain speaking. Many of you probably saw the transmission we just received. Many of you are also very aware of the sensitive nature of the mission that we are conducting right now. The USS Arlington will return to Starfleet as soon as possible. However, the mission that we are on right now could risk the safety of all of Starfleet, and perhaps the quadrant. Maybe even more. We're going to see it through, and then return to Starbase as ordered." Jaw out. Taps the intercom.
You
Copy
see,
that, sir. I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say you see the crew on the bridge look at you, nod, and kind of take a deep breath, like, and it's one of those moments where nobody's saying anything, and Carl, that's where you could take it, jump in.
I was gonna say, copy that, sir. Taking the absolute longest way around to the starbase I can. And then continuing on the current course.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okie dokie. And so you continue through warp, and it's funny, both of you at the same time have crew members go, "Captain," but for Sydney, nobody actually comes up and says it to you. It's just there's a report that appears in front of whatever console that you're looking for. Difficulty 2. Whoever the person who needs to know what I'm saying knows who I'm talking to.
Noted.
But you both get the same bit of information. For you, Shaw, it comes from Navek, who goes, "Sir, if the order to return to Yorktown has been given, I don't understand these readings." And you see, at the destination that you're about to arrive at in about 2 hours, is the USS Lovelace,
I don't know the significance of that.
It's a ship, and he goes, well, there shouldn't be any ships. They should all be heading back to Yorktown. This one is there. It's just staying there.
So we picked up Lovelace on sensors, but it's
Mhm.
currently at station's keeping.
Like it's at the anomaly. It's not moving.
Oh,
and
it's at the anomaly, so it's up
Yes.
ahead. It's on our
yes,
course.
it's where you're going. Yes.
Yellow alert.
So the Arlington goes to yellow alert. Sinclair,
wait.
you
Can I?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna think. No. I'll wait until we're out of warp before I send us to yellow alert. But,
Okay.
But I will confer. However, I'm going to confer with USS Newton that they see that as well, because I don't know what your sensors are like over there right now. So I will confirm it.
You got the report that it's saying the same thing. The USS Lovelace is at the anomaly. We don't know how long they've been there, but we can confirm that they are not moving.
What
What
class
was
is
the
the
last
Love?
reported location of the USS Lovelace?
It was at Yorktown. Oh, it was at Yorktown.
How far away is that?
Quite far.
Yeah, we're in deep space right now. We're on the edges. Interesting.
Captain, as soon as we drop out of warp,
Do not drop out
Yes,
of me.
sorry. As soon as we drop out of warp, I would like to, if I may, just as soon as we can, put the anomaly and the Lovelace on our visuals and take a look, if I may.
Quite so. I think that's excellent. I'd like every single scan this poor little instrumentation can get from it.
Yes. And also, above game, I would like to GM use my visual spectrum to look around at this ship and this crew and see if I see anything different outside of the normal visual spectrum.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll me a reason engineering.
All right.
Difficulty
8.
3.
Difficulty 3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Reason engineering.
Any task in which detecting those parts of the spectrum reduce the difficulty by 1. So
Yep. So would that mean it's difficulty 2?
Yes.
All right, awesome. And may I offer insight instead of reason, because this is using my or even I guess
Insight instead of reason?
Well, I'm using my visual, this is
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
okay. All right.
So are you using the computers to are you using the computer to assist you?
I'm literally just trying to take a look through my the visual spectrum that I have, the increased visual spectrum.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's up on our computer screen, then technically yes, I'm using the computer.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're not using it because this is I'm just taking a look.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not gonna get that bonus from the computer.
Okay.
And you'll have to wait till you get there. But I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say, just for the sake of it, you're it's only 2 hours, so unless anybody wants to do anything beforehand to kind of prepare,
Okay.
we can say that you're taking a look at this thing. You guys hop
Alright,
out of warp, and it's in your visual.
Cool. Does anyone mind if I use a momentum for my
Please.
roll?
Go for it.
Get an extra die.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So, insight engineering. 1 success.
With
Yep.
1 success, you look at when you come out of warp, you look around, and to everyone's surprise, you see the temporal rift, it looks like someone cut space, like literally cut space, and there's red mist around this cut, and you can see inside of the rift are constellations that are not your own, but you do not see a ship.
Question about the red mist. Is that coming up on sensors as red matter?
There are traces of red matter, yes.
No big deal.
Also, quick, just mechanical question: was that did that roll fail?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we gain a momentum from
2.
Awesome.
That's right.
Oh,
We
wait,
gain
I
momentum.
also... Do I get to do my thing? Nope, I still have to succeed at the test for that. Okay.
And so you hop out of warp, and your sensors are picking up. There is the USS Lovelace should be right there, but you don't see anything. And then you hear Lieutenant Navette go, "We're being hailed."
Which one of us is being hailed?
Niveka's on
You're
your
the
ship.
one with Nevada.
Arlington.
Arlington. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On screen.
You see the familiar face of Admiral Hien, the one that just delivered the news about the Enterprise.
Okay.
Lovely to
Admiral.
see you, Lovely to see you, Captain Shaw. I was worried.
Admiral, I'm going to assume there's an explanation for all of this and a reason for your smug greeting.
I apologize. My smugness seems to have hidden my relief that you and your crew are safe, or at least I assume that you're safe.
It's possible we are not the crew you think we are. I'm curious as to if you have any idea of what's going on.
I think this would be a conversation more apt to have in your ready room.
I'll have you beamed aboard immediately.
Well, I suppose I should make it a little bit easier for you then. And you see a shimmer, and then you see the Lovelace decloak. We have a lot to talk about. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Oh, okay.
God.
I'm gonna eat this microphone during break. Oh my god.
How dare you? How dare you? Oh, right.
does
It's my
make
job to
sense.
take us to break. Sorry. We're going to break now. Okay, we're out now.
My son, the Terran Emperor, has merged with an entity of great power. As a Terran, conquest is a way of life, but he has gone too far. Now, we must join forces with enemies, or face obliteration. I want to bring him back from this, but I'll do what I must to stop him. No matter the cost.
This is Defender. We could use more armored units at City Hall, and we have wounded here.
Red Snake, you have incoming contact. Witchcraft, Ironclad, Black Mask. What's your situation?
The undead are numerous and running amok. We're falling back to Fourth Station Steelhead. my children and feed upon the living.
I'm just finishing up my patrol now. What the? I was wrong. Things are starting to heat up.
The battle rages onward. Victory will be ours.
Calling all champions. This is a global distress call. Report to the nearest crisis zone and engage the enemy.
Metahumans detected. Changing targeting lock.
There's something happening down below in the North Dark Reaches, and I need someone to find out what. A friend of mine, a dark elf by the name of Braylon Janquay, sent a message up that he'd found something unusual, but then disappeared. I need to know what he knows.
As you enter the cave, the darkness envelops you.
I have dark vision. They say at level 20 you become a god, but I'm gonna do it by 17.
Teach me.
Oh, sad little DM can't remember her stupid NPC names.
No more inter-party romance.
I don't know what that means. Can I get a slice of that?
I can't hear you.
Just one slice.
Yeah, I'm actually done.
I see a whole pizza right there.
Viola, what do you do?
I don't even complain when you leave your Legos everywhere for me to step on.
Avatar: The Last Airbender isn't an anime.
So you're a sex worker?
I'm an actor.
Why didn't you say you were low on HP? I hope you freeze to death waiting in line for Hall H.
What can I say? It's got drama. It's got intrigue.
Go!
It's got pathos. How could I refuse?
That's what you take from this? I'm sorry.
What the fuck is an owlbear?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of the Secret Wars. Before we jump back into our story, one, I hope that you're enjoying it so far, and two, if you are enjoying it, I think that we should make sure that you know where to catch the people that are making this story possible. So I'm just going to run down. If anybody has any announcements that they would like to make, please let these people know where they can find more of your awesome.
Well, you said it's Secret Wars, so I just want to say I really like this new black costume you got me. It's great. I'm hearing some weird stuff in my head, but
oh, you'll be fine.
Everything will be fine. No, actually, you guys saw an ad for it at the break, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew to head to youtube.com/partywebseries tomorrow at 9 a.m. PT. The first 2 episodes of The Party are dropping. It is a really, really wonderful, fun, heartfelt, by nerds, for nerds sitcom about Dungeons and Dragons and how it brings us all together. And it's absolutely worth your time. And also, you might see me in it once or thrice. So, tune in, please. We would love to have your eyeballs.
Well, that's 3 good reasons you should check that out.
Oh, buddy.
Anybody else have anything?
I have some things.
Well, I would love to hear it.
So yesterday over on Q Times, we premiered The Cases of Costa Vega, which is an original adventure mystery show with me and Drac and Rick Budd, and we are playing an original system that I designed and then modified with the help of the crew over there. It was so very, very fun. It's very lighthearted. It's very goofy. We are just a pair of siblings who definitely don't have any business solving mysteries, but are, and it's great. And the game is available on itch currently, just like a 1-page version of the rule set. You can get that for free, so if you want to check that out, I spent way too much time designing that document, so have at it. And then Thin Places Radio, the show that I produce and edit for, we got interviewed a while back by the lovely Allison Arth on their show Little Oracles, and that goes up tomorrow. It's just kind of a big, long, lovely chat about creativity and the things that you make and why you make the things you make, and it was very, very, very charming, and so I'm excited for that to come out. So that's keep an eye on that for tomorrow.
Yay!
Heck yeah! Anybody else have any more awesome to share before we jump back in?
I forgot. I messed up the URL. It's actually youtube.com/@partywebseries. I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yes, I just wanted to remind everybody that if you are enjoying Streampunk's content, don't forget to sign up for us over subscribing on our Coffee gets you access to games that we play every month. And tomorrow, Noir will be continuing this game of Star Trek over on the Discord for the Streampunks. So definitely check it out if you get a chance.
Different perspective, different angle.
Absolutely. If you're wondering where these riffs are coming from, if you're wondering where the other Arlington went, you might be interested in checking out this Discord story.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
The only thing that I have to pitch is I was a guest on Reckless Talk, a podcast about TTRPG stuff. So check that out. It'll be a good time. But if there's nothing else, oh yes, Sam.
Okay, well, Caitlin said an announcement very quietly that I want to reiterate a little more loudly, which is Happy Birthday, Bonnie!
Happy birthday, Bonnie!
Happy birthday, Bonnie!
Happy birthday! After spending it, like, I don't know, hijacking a spaceship and going to space, just, like, doing a little joyride around the solar system.
Or possibly,
Again.
like, just eating Cheetos in bed and watching TV, because you deserve either of those.
Or both simultaneously.
Yeah.
You can, I believe in you, you can do everything. For my own self, I would love to put another shout out to if you like science and you are watching a science fiction, so you might, you can get actual honest to dog science at youtube.com/@delevely, DELEVELY, because my Morning People weekly episodes may contain science. Spoilers, they do. Are now getting clipped and put up on YouTube. The latest episode up on YouTube now is about Venus. The floor is lava. But for now, I tripped and fell right into being a captain, and with my crew of Borg, but it's okay because I'm prepared, and fundamentally I am being GM'd by Noir.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Listen, I'm so lucky to be able to have you all at the table. I'm gonna squeeze every ounce of fun out of this that I can.
And it is plentiful, and you make sure of that.
Yes.
So we're glad to be here.
We are very glad.
And also the last announcement, I wasn't supposed to say this. It was told to me in confidence, but if you grab a very powerful telescope and look up, you could probably see Bonnie doing donuts in a Galaxy class Federation ship right now.
Oh my God, she's drifting a starship. How is she doing
You were
that?
not supposed to say that.
I know, I was told not to.
You killed him. He's dead.
Oh no, they got him.
The sniper missed. They got Eric.
Wait,
That's what you get. I'm out.
We all get taken out one at a time. As the
That's what you get. Nope, I'm out.
We're all going down. All right.
First we lost Eliza, and now we're losing Eric.
Is that an actual thing that's happened, Eric, or are you being hilarious?
Oh no, this is an actual thing that's happening.
Oh,
this
God.
happens from time to time.
That is perfect, and I'm so sorry.
That was such a good bit.
That was really good.
No, Elgato software will really just it is a very impulsive software. It is very
captain
ADHD
come out.
software.
Everybody run.
The Admiral attacked.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of.
Yeah.
Just a real quick summary if you're just joining us for the second half. The Arlington has found the next temporal anomaly, and they're going to go to close it. And in that time, we've got a new captain of the Newton, with a very efficient crew because they're all a hive mind. And during travel to their destination, they picked up. Their sensors picked up that there is a ship, the USS Lovelace. Once they arrived at their destination, however, they did not see any ship. The Arlington was hailed by the Lovelace. Admiral Sheehan asked Captain Shaw.
Yes.
Asked Captain Shaw if he could join him in Shaw's ready room. Captain Shaw said yes, and the Lovelace, a Federation ship, decloaked, and that's where we're picking up now. So, Shaw, as soon as Admiral Shin goes, well, I should make it easy for you to have a conversation with me. The ship decloaks, and you see on the view screen that he's transporting, and in just a moment, he's standing in front of you on the bridge. We have a lot to talk about, so if you would lead the way. You are muted.
Shaw nods, and he's gonna tap. Well, no, I guess I'll just lead him into the. I'll just lead him into my ready room. I'm going to do my best to hide my extraordinary irritation.
Lieutenant Navek, as you are making your way to the ready room, goes, should I inform the Newton?
He nods.
All right. And you two head to your ready room. Captain Vandergriff, you get a notification from Lieutenant Navek of the Arlington. Well, I don't think that I need to explain that the Lovelace has revealed itself, but Admiral Sheehan has transported to the Arlington and is going to have a conversation with Captain Shaw. I thought that you might want to be informed.
I appreciate that, Navek, and this is very important. Did the right corner of Shaw's mouth twitch?
Yes.
Oh, should never saw that coming. All right, thank you, Navek.
All right.
Keep me updated.
Will do.
I would like to take this time
Mhm.
for that quick survey.
Awesome. So run me through this again. How does it work?
Yes, at the beginning of a scene, I get to ask a question as if I had done an obtain information spend. It has to be about something I can empirically observe, not like I do a sensor sweep. So I can see the ready room right now. I can see the Lovelace on screen. I can see the constellations. I can see the red matter, but I can't see, for instance, chronotons.
Okay.
So I get that kind of information spend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. All right. And do I make you roll for this, or is this just what you can see?
It's as if I've just done a spend. If you'd like to tell me all that I can see to sort of scope, I have an idea in mind. But
I would love to hear that idea.
Co-captain would back me up on this. I never say no to additional scene description.
What is your idea?
Inclined. Actually, I had two of them.
They were hoping for you to describe what they see first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing that you see is the crew of the Arlington look very uncomfortable. Having an Admiral on board is always something that gets people to stand up a bit straighter and the like. But with your current scenario, there is that sense of, did we officially cross mutiny lines? So there is a little bit of, you could tell a lot of people are unnerved. Taking a look at the Lovelace, the first things that you notice is, one, obviously, Federation ships are not supposed to have cloaking technology. It breaks so many parts of the Federation treaty. It's not even funny. And an Admiral was on that ship. So naturally, you give the Lovelace another look over. This ship is a little reminiscent of the ship that was used in the attack on San Francisco. It is much bigger than the class that the Lovelace is classified as. And just giving it a once over, weapons array, there's more than the standard issue weapons arrays on there. And you can, just taking a quick look, there are more photon pods on this thing than there should be.
Oh, we gonna die.
That's just at a glance. And that also unnerves you because it's like they're not hiding it. When you put that together with the fact that every ship was ordered to go to Starbase Yorktown, and they aren't. This whole situation is skeevy. Immediately skeevy. So that's just at a glance. What else? What ideas did you have?
Okay. I think one of them I might ask the crew to do at some point, because I don't think I can really do it on empirical observation. But speaking of this ship, it does not follow what I might have in the ship records for the Lovelace. Is there anything to indicate to me that it might not be from around here? It is untraditionally armed, but you can put more photons, torpedoes on a ship or whatever. But does it pass the vibe check? Is it from around here?
There's no foreign technology on it that you can see. Everything that you see is time appropriate. I'm not going to say Starfleet appropriate because, again,
We lost that with the cloaking device.
yes. And for those unfamiliar, the attack in San Francisco that I'm referencing is when Khan attacked the Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco by crashing the USS Vengeance into their headquarters.
Conquered it, renamed it the Khan Academy. Yes.
What happened when that's what happens when you get white cons.
Oh,
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Benedict Cumbercon.
Did you still have a second thought, Sam? Because I can give you those if you would like them. I can show up and pop my.
Oh, I would love second thoughts.
I was also.
I'm having them at the moment. Second
good.
thoughts. If the rifts are similar enough to produce people who are not so very unlike us, how much more so the stars must be comparatively similar? That constellation is not where it belongs, but is there somewhere else where it might belong, and if so, where? Where in space would that constellation make sense? That's allowed. That's to the crew. That is for computational purposes.
I think at this point, the doors to the bridge open, and Kirby walks in and goes, the ship told me that the Starfleet can't have cloaking, right? Like they're walking in a straight line pointing at the view screen. That's not allowed. I was told that's
Really
not
go yell at
allowed.
the Admiral about that. Yes, Kirby. The Admiral on Captain Shaw's ship right now.
I would like to, what's it called? I'm going to do well-informed. I get to do the same thing that Sam does, but I get to give you a threat, Noir, and we get 2 questions.
Okay.
So, Sam, what was your second question? Because I'm gonna.
The thing about the stars was my second thought that if you were just looking at the sky, does this make sense? Like 4 light years to the left, you know?
Yeah. What's that? What does that feel like?
You ask the question out loud. Kirby comes in, and then you get a report. The report says, to our best guess, after having the collective contemplate this query, those constellations, while we cannot be certain, they are beyond the Delta Quadrant. We believe, at best guess, we would estimate that inside of that rift would be the Gamma Quadrant.
Wow.
Ask a question, get an answer.
Do it. I am polling the crew for if anyone has a second, because I get 2 off of that threat. So.
I was gonna do if it's okay, because I'm on the other ship and not part of this conversation right now. I would probably, just out of curiosity, be trying to identify the type of ship because I don't recognize it, which is, one of my talent things too, for Starship Expert. But in order to activate. In order to tap Starship Expert, I have to. Oh no, I don't have to spend a momentum on that, so never mind. But I have a focus in Starship Identification.
But I have for this, it's it's the same thing as information kind of
It
spending.
has to be empirical
two
and
questions
specific to what Kirby can see.
Yeah, and you'll probably be able to roll for
I think this is what Mike is asking is like a separate thing altogether.
Yeah. I'm not sorry. I'm not trying to back up you guys and stuff. I'm trying to while I'm on my ship.
All good.
So, Mike, what you see is every record that you have on the Lovelace says that it is a Constellation class ship. You look at what you're seeing in front of you. That is not a Constellation class ship.
Do you mean Constitution class or
Constitution?
Okay. Just checking.
Sorry, my brain went blah.
That's okay.
I was googling Kelvin Constellation, so
I was Constellation too.
I can get my Constitution. My brain is made out of wet noodles.
No,
mine too. Okay, well,
very tasty.
Can I make a check to get some idea of what kind of starship I am looking at?
This will involve you kind of going deeper than the official records.
Okay.
So this is going to be a insight. I'm going to say science.
Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. What's the difficulty on it?
Actually, no. I'm gonna give you engineering. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you engineering.
All right, that's one better. What is the difficulty on it?
This is a difficulty 3.
Okay. Does anybody mind if I spend a momentum on this to get another die?
Please do.
Okie dokie. Ooh, okay. So 2 successes. Not the full 3. I got a crit, and then I got an 18 and a 19, which are way over what I needed.
Okay. So that's a failure.
But can I use? Sorry, what does having a focus and starship identification give me here? Do I get another die or a plus or something?
It's you
Mhm.
crit on 5 or below.
Oh, okay, great, cool.
But if you failed, we get 2 momentum back.
All right, yay!
So you're looking at this thing, and you do not understand what you're looking at. Everything, all the materials that it's made out of are time appropriate. It's all material that you recognize. It is constructed in a way that doesn't really click.
Okay.
Okay.
I have
think
questions when you get a second.
I think I actually can ask about the ship because this is Kirby's skill specifically is well informed. You have contacts everywhere, and you listen for news and rumors from far and wide. At the start of a scene, you can add 1 threat, blah blah blah, to ask 2 questions. As the answers you receive will be from knowledge that you've gained from your contacts and the news and rumors you heard. So it doesn't have to be something that I just know off the top of my head. Or like that I like
crew, you're connected.
I will give you the answer.
Yeah, I would say then I was like reading through. I was like, I think actually
I
I
will
technically
give you
could
the
ask that.
It is going to cost you 2 stress.
Absolutely, let's take it.
Yeah.
Kirby will take the brain stress. Let's go.
So you look like you're looking at this thing, and you're like, "That's not Constitution." And there is a voice, the voices of all of them. We are aware of this. And you start getting memories that aren't your own. And you say out loud before stumbling to your knee, Galaxy class.
Galaxy class. And they kind of like lean, like hit the side of the console that they were against. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. People in my brain.
It's a galaxy class, Kirby.
Yes. It's that. And they kind of look up at the screen. It's a galaxy class. And I have a headache. And that's the...
So we go back to the ready room, but before we settle into that scene, Eric, you had a question?
Yeah, just so I can clarify this, because before I have this conversation with the Admiral, there's a couple of things I wanted to clear up. So, because 2 things are in play here. A, it's your damn game, so you get to decide. And B, it's the Kelvin timeline, and we haven't actually been this deep into the Kelvin timeline in any official canon or anything like that. So, in Star Trek canon, the Treaty of Algernon, which bans the Federation from using cloaking devices, doesn't take place for another 53 years. But we're in the Kelvin timeline. So I'm wondering, in this case, I wouldn't be angry that I'm seeing a treaty broken. I would probably be just stunned that the Federation has the technology. Would you say that was accurate?
Yes, that is accurate. While there's no official treaty, it's more like a handshake deal, which is like we won't do it if that makes you more comfortable.
But the Romulan War hasn't happened. Gotcha. Okay. All right. In which case, I'm only seething over one issue then.
Yep.
Which is, he's probably not going to bring this up, but like, in the back of my mind right now, Shaw is just this Admiral's lucky I didn't have him stunned the moment he beamed his ass over onto my bridge without asking permission to come aboard. like I don't care if you're a flag officer. I need heads up. He's not saying that, though. He's clenching his jaw and keeping himself in check. He's going to stride into his room, and turn around with an eyebrow raised. First of all, I'm going to check, what does the Admiral's uniform look like? Is it the same as mine?
So he is wearing, it's almost like dress uniform. It is all one solid color of red.
Gotcha.
With the golden embroidery on all of the seams. And he is wearing a Federation pin that
doesn't resemble mine.
That's a little different. That's
okay.
Yeah.
So when I turn and look at him, I'm gonna fold my arms across my chest and say, Admiral, of course, I defer to you in all things here, but I think it's fair to point out that this is all incredibly irregular. And I'm hoping you have a good reason for violating what I must assume must be multiple statutes of conduct regarding timeline and any number of things that are probably out even above my pay grade. So I would love to hear your explanations.
The explanation is a simple one, Captain. Star Trek headquarters. Oh, Star Trek
he said it! He said it!
He said the name of the show!
And Kevin's here.
I turn and look right at camera and just...
Starfleet headquarters were attacked. Our flagship has now been destroyed. Our strongest allies in the Vulcans have had their homeworld destroyed, and Admiral Spock has passed.
He takes a moment and says, Admiral, I'm sorry.
Ambassador Spock. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
Ambassador Spock.
So when
Words.
Ambassador Spock, he takes in this information and he says, right, all right. So you're referring to Ambassador Spock from the other universe.
Yes.
I see. And Admiral, forgive me for being so blunt. To which universe do you belong?
This one.
I would love to hear some kind of proof of that, sir. It's just that you've shown up in a ship that does not match any classification, in a uniform that's never been seen, with information we do not have. And you have Romulan technology on board Starfleet vessel. I'm a little out of my depth here on what's happening.
If it makes you feel any better, we acquired it from a Federation ship.
It doesn't make me feel better or worse, but it does add to my confusion, sir.
He pulls out a device that you have never seen before. It appears to be a tricorder.
Okay. When this happens, Shaw is going to immediately make a mental note of how far his phaser is from him in the office. He doesn't make a move, but he just immediately, like, his thoughts are, it's in the, okay, I know where it is.
And he puts it on the table, and he presses a button, and a display, a visual appears.
Okay.
We have been studying the material that brought Ambassador Spock to our timeline for quite some time. We have not been able to recreate the rift that brought him here. But what we have been able to do is manipulate it in such a way where we are able to glimpse into the other world. We can't really choose what we see when we see it, but from the information that our engineers were able to gather, well, and he looks outside your window and you see the Lovelace. We've been able to reverse engineer some of the things that we've seen. Not quite to the capacity of the other Federation, but we are on our back foot, Captain. Our strongest ally has been hampered, our flagship destroyed. This other federation, they have advanced so far beyond what we are capable of. We need an equalizer if we are to sustain our own federation.
And you don't see the perils of this course of action.
I see the necessity of it, Captain.
Not the perils, sir.
We are explorers. We accept peril by the very nature of what we do.
Is this exploration, sir?
Of a sort.
Of a sort. That, frankly, sir, sounds like a rather indirect path to the truth.
What was it that you found at the Newton that made you so quiet for so long?
Evidence of a potentially destructive force that could corrupt and ultimately obliterate the Federation. Probably a side effect of the marvelous scientific discoveries that you've been able to make so far. We've uncovered something that could do quite the opposite and perhaps undo everything that you've managed to accomplish. We're hoping to make things right so that you can continue your exploration and mining in this other universe. Shaw is totally telling him right now that he has a full house in his hand.
We see, Captain, with the destruction of the Enterprise, I was given permission to accelerate the timeline of this project.
I see.
This is... It took some doing to find this rift. And we have been surveying it for a few days to decipher whether or not it is safe for us to enter this other timeline.
Have you uncovered any evidence to suggest that it was going to be dangerous for you, sir?
No.
That's good news.
Everything from what we gather there is a little different. We have intel on a species by the name of Bajoran and Cardassians that seem to be involved in some sort of war. Recently picked up Federation broadcast on a starship that is not their own. We figure we can go, infiltrate, gather the information required to assure our security and return safely.
Have we uncovered a way to open or close these rifts ourselves, or is it simply a matter of finding them so that we can enter the other universe?
There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to when or where they open. We were hoping to use the information that the Arlington acquired from the Newton incident to see what the potential timeline for these rifts are, if they close, when they close, so that we might be able to more responsibly enter, knowing that the door won't close behind us.
Right. Well, I can tell you that so far we haven't uncovered any patterns as of yet. What we have uncovered is that it doesn't appear possible to be able to seal these rifts artificially. It seems as though they perhaps are just as random as you've discovered as well. We've also discovered a unique property of some of the technology that we've uncovered since encountering some of the tech that's come through the other rift. In our brief exploration in an attempt to secure a shuttlecraft that was near the opening of a rift, we discovered the proximity of the technology from its original universe was stable and capable of being used more efficiently. We had hoped at some point to be able to enter one of these rifts ourselves and see if we couldn't get better readings on the tech, but we decided not to take the risk for fear of not knowing when these rifts opened or closed. But perhaps together we have a better chance.
Computer, lock doors.
No.
Computer, override.
Invalid command.
Admiral, I don't know what you're up to right now.
The next words that I'm going to tell you are so very classified that if you were irresponsible with what you hear, the consequences will be left outside of the hands of the Federation.
I understand, sir.
This red matter telescope, as it's been nicknamed by the engineers back at the station, has shown us there is not simply another timeline. There are many. We see a timeline in which the Klingons are the dominant force in the universe. We see a timeline in which the Romulans are the dominant force. We see a universe in which beings that are able to change their form are the dominant species in the universe, and we only see one in which the Federation is dominant. That one.
I see.
We need to ensure that our Federation follows in their steps.
Well,
we cannot afford another loss, Captain Shaw.
I think I understand, sir. What are your orders?
It's simple. We need to infiltrate the Federation that exists in that rift.
Sir, if their technology is vastly superior to ours, how would we be able to accomplish that?
Because they're still human.
I see. What should we do? Is it the intention to enter the rift?
As a Starfleet Admiral, I cannot give the order that I am going to give. And he takes his badge off.
Should I do the same, sir?
Do you believe in the Federation?
With all my being, sir, yes. And I would very much like to ensure its longevity and safety.
I was hoping that you would say that. It is unfortunate that we have confirmed that the Arlington was destroyed. It is unfortunate that Captain Shaw and his crew have passed, but they have done so in the service of the Federation. Now, I am very sorry for your loss, but congratulations. Welcome to Section 31. Your first mission will be to take the Arlington into the rift to acquire as much information from that Federation that you can. Find a temporal rift and bring the information that you are able to acquire back by any means necessary. I am asking you to lie, Captain. I am asking you to cheat. I am asking you to kill if necessary.
I understand.
The Arlington will now be commissioned as the USS Smalls. If you are found in this universe, I will have no choice but to give the order to have your ship destroyed. You must lay low. You must give this information directly to us, and you must not be seen.
Question, sir.
Yes.
What should I tell my crew?
That their sacrifice ensures the longevity and the dominance of the Federation.
And if some of them don't go along with this, sir, what am I permitted to do?
I am asking you to lie, Captain. I am asking you to cheat. And if necessary, Captain, I am ordering you to kill anyone or anything that obstructs this mission.
I understand, sir. Not exactly where I thought my career was going to take me in Starfleet, but if it makes a difference, I'll do what needs to be done.
We have enough heroes. We need something more. And you owe Starfleet quite a debt for those 6 months of silence.
Well, sir, I was just doing what I thought needed to be done. And I think you'll find that's a virtue that you've just tapped into. I have an idea that I'd like to pitch you, sir.
Yes.
In order to gain the trust and entry into the Starfleet that I'm going to be interacting with, I'd like to bring the Newton with me. If I am able to procure them a ship lost to them and restore it, not only could I return to this universe with the technology that we weren't able to understand in a reality that was not accepting of that tech, but I could also gain the trust of the Admiralty on the other side. They would know that the USS Arlington sacrificed its future and its former universe to return to it something that didn't belong in our reality. It would be an excellent way to gain the trust of anyone that would suspect us.
Well, I can see the wisdom in that. Well, you've already got access to the highest classified information in Starfleet, so there's no harm in telling you that for quite some time there has been a signal coming from Earth directed towards the Delta Quadrant, and we never understood where, why, or who sent it. But that very same signal we've picked up coming from the Newton. The Newton is to be taken. The Newton is to be taken to Utopia Planitia, deconstructed, and their crew is to be interrogated. Every inch of that ship is going to be dissected, studied, and understood. We will have the captain of the Newton return to the USS Smalls to join you in this mission.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I have to ask. If my mission is so important, why would you go for the short play? I ask because I understand the importance of the Newton. With it, I could bring you a golden goose. Or you could take the Newton, sir, and get a fraction of the picture with no guarantee of ever receiving the full one. If I have my card at the table, the Newton could buy me a way into the intelligence you're looking for, sir. I will go with whatever you decide, Admiral, of course, if you think that's the play. It's just that Starfleet on the other side is going to be as suspicious as I was of you when you first beamed over, sir. It's going to be helpful for me to be able to buy my way into their confidence.
I'm sending you because I need to believe you're not the man that I've seen you to be.
What does that mean, sir?
It means that I have seen the USS Arlington already become an obstruction in our mission to gather information on the other Federation, and I need to be sure that that's not you.
I see. This is a test of loyalty, then. Well, sir, I can help expedite this, and I'm going to spend... How much momentum do we have?
I believe currently you have about 5.
Yeah, we're
I'm gonna spend, if I may, I'm gonna spend 2 momentum. And I'm going to make 1 trait true.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna tap on his desk and say, Captain Vandergraff, you were listening to all that?
Yeah!
Yes, we were.
Sorry, Admiral, I could have told you from the beginning that the loyalty that you're looking for, you never had. I just didn't want to interrupt you. And then the second momentum, I'm going to say, to further expedite this, sir, Lieutenant Volkov, I assume that you have the inhibitor up on my ready room as requested?
Absolutely, sir. Locked down.
Captain Shaw, I need you to understand that this mission is bigger than any one man.
One of the principal points of feedback I got that kept me out of the captain's chair for 3 years is what a stubborn, bullheaded jackass I can be, Admiral. And sometimes I'm able to mute that, and other times I get mad at people who lock my door. I'm going to slip in and pull out my phaser. I'm going to be like, it's a shame you had to take your communications badge off, sir. And I'll stun him.
He goes down, and it's like that funny Star Trek, like follow the council thing. Yeah, so he goes down.
Okay.
Sir, the console here is showing weapons fire. Are you all right?
Lieutenant, we probably have about 5 minutes before the people over on that other ship have decided that we're not their kind of people.
Fabulous. I'll warm up the engines.
Quietly.
Obviously.
How far are we from the rift?
There's some distance between you. Like, there's no chance of you accidentally falling in. You have to make the active decision to go into it, or the active decision to attempt working on closing it.
No, we're going into it. I can't risk wasting time closing it.
Okay.
I'm going to take the pips off the Admiral, and I'm going to say, security to my ready room.
Security comes in, and so does Lieutenant Nevek.
Is Lieutenant Nevek part of my security team?
No. And when you see him, you hear, and you see the security team go down, and the phaser's pointed at you. I'm sorry, Captain.
Nevek,
where do you,
Could I?
Nevek,
So hold on.
phaser.
The ready room is the entrance to the ready room is traditionally on the bridge. Yes.
It is not in sight, but it is on the same level as the bridge. So
yeah,
you heard
phaser
fire. You heard phaser fire.
Okay. How much momentum would I have to spend to be there already?
Yeah.
I'll give you 1.
Okay. Everybody mind if I spend that? Okay. What was the last thing she said?
At the other end of the phaser, I don't mind if you spend that.
Yeah. What? Sorry. What was the last thing she said?
The last thing that you heard was you come in and you see the 2 security guards go down, and you hear, "I'm sorry, Captain."
Me too. Stun.
Awesome. Nivek will also go down.
Yeah, Shaw just goes.
Sorry, Captain.
This has been a day.
This has been a hell of a day, sir.
Hey, so that's a lot of phaser fire over there. Is everybody okay? Who's still standing from the communicator? As the
yeah.
comms have been
I need
open the
life
whole time?
signs on that other
Captain?
ship. I need to know how many of them there are. We need to prepare. Let's go to yellow alert over on the news.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
They're
say,
done.
Captain, Captain. We're all going through.
And with that, the camera is going to go to the Newton. Captain, you're just you're looking at the readings and like it's going buck wild over there. And again, like you're also seeing like these readings. What are you up to while this is all happening?
Yes, I'd like analyses of the red matter at a certain point since I heard everything and we heard everything, we need to size up that galaxy class with the expectation of action. I know my captain is interested in going through. Sorry, the captain of the Arlington is interested in going through.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have you roll me a insight. What are you looking for again? One more time, just so I can make sure that I'm doing this right.
I'm assessing the enemy.
Okay. That
life
is going.
signs, so on. All that.
Can I?
Dan wants to know what the tactical armament of that ship is because we are
got
about to
a
get into a
whole
fist
bunch.
fight.
But also, I don't know. It takes a lot of people on an average galaxy class. Are there really that many? Could a boarding action be success? Like, look.
All right.
We want
So
that
are
other
we in a
ship. We want
vengeance
space
situation
fire
where it was
flotilla.
just the Admiral?
All right. So
I
really,
don't want to get told what to do by someone who pulled a nonsense on my on Captain Shaw.
really quick. So Sydney, I'm gonna have you roll me a insight engineering. Lothar, you can help. If there's anything else that you would like to do, you can also do that as well.
I'd like to look at the red matter and see what I can
thank you.
see.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me. I'm gonna say for you, this is going to be a insight. Yeah, insight science.
Okay. Difficulty?
For you, this is gonna be insight difficulty 2. For Sam, yours is gonna be difficulty 3.
Is mine before or after the visual spectrum reduction by 1?
That's before, so yours is actually difficulty 1.
Okay. Does anyone mind if I take a die? Only because my science is kind of low.
Take it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. It's all yours.
We don't need it.
Do I get ship assist on mine?
I will give you ship assist.
Do you want me to roll ship?
Okay. Please. Okay, please.
You and all of the friends in
Can
your
you
head.
have can they have a Kirby assist also? Is that a thing that's possible? I don't know what that does. I don't remember what a mechanical assist is.
Not for this
loud.
one.
Okay, cool.
Not for this one.
Okay, we'll give you a computer. What is Newton rolling?
Newton is rolling insight science.
Do we like sensor
Sensors,
science for
probably.
a ship? I know they don't have.
Oh yeah, sensor science.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
Okay. Where do I have
I got
this?
3 successes.
Okay. So, as they're all looking over the Lovelace, you do see that the Lovelace is getting ready to be offensive. And the first thing that you notice is you have seen photon torpedoes before. They kind of give off a certain vibe to your eyes, to your senses. You look at the torpedo bay of the Lovelace, and you're not picking that up. You're picking up a different energy signature coming from the photon bay of this ship. Or the torpedo bay of this ship.
Captain and crew, and I tell them that that's what I'm seeing. Can we get some scans on those torpedo bays?
We have to assume
Captain.
that whatever weapons they have, they've vastly outgunned us.
What do I see when I look at the red matter?
When you look at the red matter, you see you're looking directly at the rift. It's not hard for you to tell. This is unstable. This is unstable. It can either expand, which would be a problem, or it could close, which would be a problem. It's not holding the shape. It's like consistently contracting and expanding.
Okay. Is there any, and I'm happy to, if I can spend momentum on this for additional information, is there any way that Gin could like cross-reference his visuals, like the visual spectrum info he's getting with the sensor scans to see like, is there any way we can chart how much more time we have until it either expands or contracts? Like try to get
that would be
another rule.
A reason science check, difficulty 4.
Whatever momentum, whatever you're about to ask,
so
the answer is yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm not a science guy, so I'm probably not the best person to roll on that.
Oh, I guess I could take it.
Did
I was
we
gonna
get
say,
an assist
we have a
from,
Kirby.
from the Newton, by the way?
What's that?
I don't. I'm looking. I don't have Newton numbers.
Oh,
I
you don't have
the
Newton's ship sheet, so
Newton's-
you can't roll for Newt.
Yeah, I was looking through. I don't think it was ever sent. So I was
So
that's what I was looking
sorry.
for.
That's on
Oh
me.
gosh, it's for Isaac. Newt.
I was trying to figure out if I could find it anywhere, but I have Arlington, but that's not the ship I'm on.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do, just because I spaced it, I can't find the Newton and I had it here. I want you to use the highest value the Arlington has for science and the second highest for sensors.
I like that.
I don't have that in front of them because I just lost that document. Wait, there it is. Arlington. The highest number it has for. Wait.
So find its highest number and use that as its science number.
Okay.
I think that's what you mean, right?
Mm-hmm. Highest number for the Newton is science. The second highest is sensors.
Second highest is 7. So 7 and 8, 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. That's a 2.
That gets a 2. All right, that gets us 1 momentum back because I needed the 1. I needed my Newton, and my Newton came through.
Can the ship
my
ship
baby
crit?
with 0 warp core. I captain an average number of warp cores.
My, how the turns have tabled.
Okay, so what are we doing?
So that was for a breakdown of the
Defensive capabilities of the other ship, or the abilities of the other ship. So sorry,
abilities, positioning. Yeah.
It is positioning itself to face off against the Newton. It is weapons ready. Shields have been raised. Let's
How
see.
many life signs?
I also, sorry, I forgot to weave that back over to the captain and say, Captain, I am seeing that the torpedo bays have a different energy signature than what is normal. Can we get a scan on that? Just get a better idea of what we're facing?
We use sensors.
We use sensors. My operations manager ability kicks in. I can obtain that information for us.
Obtain the
Okay.
information.
You're also reading there's about 1,200 people on the Lovelace.
Whoa. That would make it an extraordinarily huge crew for this period in Star Trek.
Look, they just adequately put people on a galaxy for once.
Yeah. Well, no, that's yeah.
Yeah. No, that's they really did do that. Okay, but the energy. Tell me about the energy. Tell me about that energy.
The energy that you're picking up from the torpedoes on the Lovelace are unlike what you have seen before. Kirby helped you with this, right? I do believe Kirby assisted.
So I
you.
guess my crew kind of
I rolled for the ship. I would like to assist if I can, but this was just an obtain information.
All right. Well,
as
you're
a skill.
linked to Newton. So
I am
yes,
linked to
the
Newton.
answer. The
Yeah.
answer
So, yeah.
for anyone
So that
here
Kirby can
is neither
see.
me nor Gin. Yes.
So that just means that it's been defined. What you're seeing are prototype and slightly unstable quantum torpedoes.
Oh
no.
Well.
Hey, I've got a focus and evasive action, and I'm very excited about that.
Question:
take our
do we
shields
even
out
know what
first.
those are in this universe? Actually?
Kirby would be able to begin defining it for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kirby starts just word vomit.
Oh, that is very strange.
Not good.
We're gonna take down our shields.
I would say that in game terms, you would have to survive 3 volleys to make it to the rift at impulse.
At impulse.
How far is the Galaxy class, the Lovelace, from the Rift?
The Lovelace is between you and the rift, so it's playing goalie essentially. So it's Rift, Lovelace, Arlington, Newton.
Okay, so now dumb helmsman question. What happens if do we have enough space to go to even a low warp, like warp 1 or 2, and rush this thing?
Yes, but the problem is navigating. It would take some doing to make sure that when you warp into the rift, you don't bump the edges.
If only you had a brilliant pilot. You
Yeah.
don't. You don't. But if only you did.
This would be something that a pilot would be bragging about after they did it. If they did do it.
Okay. From these scans, the captain scanned just the weapon system or any defensive system. What were they looking at?
Scan the overall system. So
Yeah,
you saw
lay the
that
land.
their ship has ray shields, has powered their weapons, and is starting to target the Newton.
Hey, Vandegraff, I'm gonna do something I never do, which is ask for permission.
It's
Can I
better
try-
than forgiveness.
Can I try to hack that ship?
Oh, I do wish you would.
You were very quiet. Sorry, was it?
Oh, I do wish you would.
I wanna try to disable something from afar. I have this whole ship. I am the Newton, and I have the Newton Collective right now. I have a lot of brain power. I have a lot of technology that they have that they don't understand yet that I do.
I mean, it's true. Of all the cool stuff that they've got on their ship, we have Borg.
You have the instruction manual and the Borg.
Like, in every universe, the Borg are at least 2 generations ahead in technology and power. Like, it's scary.
And
Centuries from
Kirby
what
hacked-
that Romulan told us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kirby hacked the Borg. And now Kirby has the Borg. And Kirby has a value. No system is unhackable. I want to start I want to see if I can get in there from afar. I want to see if I can start like a cascading malfunctions. That's what I want to do.
Kirby, start causing problems on purpose. Everyone else, I want to know how we can get that red matter to go the right way. Hint, it's not expansion. That is unstable. We need to stabilize it shut.
The collective tell you, Kirby, we can assimilate that ship.
We're gonna have an armada.
Box.
We're gonna have an armada.
Could we take the ship and not the I don't care about the people very much, but I do like that ship.
Just
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just want to remind everybody that they are still not confirmed to be friends.
Oh, this is yes, correct.
Just
yeah.
the Borg folks have been very nice to us, but they also wanted us to plant seeds for their domination here in this universe.
Yeah. Well, and also the
was
people
one
on the other
guy-
ship, we don't know that they're all, people we should murder immediately either.
Yeah,
Well, don't say that in front of Sam.
Kirby's currently looking for cascading failures on that ship. That's what they want to see if they can get involved.
Yes, it seems it would be beneficial to at least hack the ship enough to shut down systems so it couldn't fire at us or follow us.
Yeah.
So they're doing the computing for you, so I'm not going to make you roll it. But what the collective is able to infer for you is that you would have to be in proximity of the Lovelace. And
Anyone
that
wants
it
to
would
get me on that ship.
and it's probably going to take them 15 minutes at a very close proximity to even begin to do what you're asking them for. If you're able to get somebody on the ship, however, especially if you're able to get them in engineering, they could probably have it down in 5.
They have shields up right now currently, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, how do we make that not happen?
We have their admiral.
We gotta send the admiral back.
We don't have it. Shaw does. Shaw would like to fly through that
Well,
rift
yeah.
right now.
We meaning
Oh God,
our side.
I just had a dark thought.
Oh no.
Oh, really? In this adventure?
Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's. 'Cause that's-
No, I was just thinking we do have ways of learning everything that the Admiral knows.
Wait,
Sorry,
who's
was
a
this
Vulcan?
from the same person who 30 seconds ago said, can we roll that clip?
I'm just saying. It's why Shaw's not suggesting it, but Campbell is thinking
Wait.
assimilate the Admiral. You can have him.
I mean, Kirby
Guy's a jerk.
has no moral qualms with that. However, do we still have Shaw on comms?
So this is where the camera goes back to the Arlington, and we see Carl standing over the stunned security guards, the stunned Lieutenant Nevek, and standing face to face with Shaw.
Lieutenant,
Yes,
that just guaranteed that I'm going to remove from your record your request to take off your uniform in the middle of a crisis situation.
Thank you, sir, very much. I will try not to be that dumb again.
As long as you keep saving my ass, Lieutenant, you can be dumb all you want. And I'm going to go and take
Yes,
every...
sir.
I'm
Thank
going
you,
to take...
sir. It's one of my personal talents.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to secure the Admiral, and I'm going to secure his comm badge, and I'm going to secure our trader and have them... yeah, I will have them secured. I mean, they're stunned. They're not waking up anytime soon, but...
We've got a lot of room in the brig, but it is filling up fast, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to let these two out of my sight because I don't trust their tricks. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna run back into the center chair on the bridge and order shields up.
Well, really quickly,
Yeah.
as you dump them into the brig, there is a Romulan there who sees you do this and goes, "It looks like things aren't working out. Those are Starfleet uniforms."
I look at him and say, "Oh yeah, they're Starfleet uniforms, but they're not Starfleet." And the fact that I just dumped their asses in my brig should tell you that everything is working out.
It's going great.
Well, I'll be here when you decide that you want to survive.
I stunned him.
Oh, you're going home. No, you're not shooting
No,
a prisoner.
I know. I just wanted to say it again.
In your brain, you're shooting lasers out of your
I
brain.
know. I'm just it's a great fantasy inside my head.
Yeah. Computer in program.
And so you dump him, and the force field comes back up, and he's just looking. It's only a matter of time before you come to me.
Excuse me. And I just leave him there.
And
I'm going to be like, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to think of some smug monologue-y things to say to me when I come back down here and send you back to your universe in chains.
Sir, permission to say something sassy?
You want to one-up me? Go ahead, Lieutenant.
No, it's fine. No. Yours was good. Mine's going to be sassy. You suck and no one wants to be friends with you. And then I turn around and leave.
I'm going to say to the Ron, I'm sorry about him. And I'll just leave and head back to the bridge.
We're getting rowdy. We got a little, yeah.
Would it be
Sam?
fair to say? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to know. We've talked a lot about where everything is and what everything is and all of the shooting that's about to happen and how scary the rift and all that. Where topologically, like, is the red matter around the edges like a
Right.
It looks very much like a scar. So inside the scar is the space and the constellations that aren't your own. You can really only tell that there is a tear in space because outlined is just a tinge of red mist.
Okay, that's why you
so
said...
we have to catalyze it.
Is it kind of like a line?
It is the natural
that's slightly
tendency
open?
of red matter to be highly gravitational, to be attracted. At the moment, there is a lot of it, but it is not coming together. If we can, not chemically, but gravitationally catalyze that reaction, red matter will do what red matter always does. Come together very densely, and hopefully in so doing, close the rift.
What's our track?
You
Figure out
don't...
how to do that.
Captain, you don't have warp power. You do have a warp core, correct?
Do I? I know a lot was scavenged from me. Master of Games?
You do have a warp core.
How hard do you want to slam that door shut, Captain?
My mama would always yell at me for slamming too hard. It's a terrible flaw of mine, Captain.
Okay, then the strategy is simply this. We're setting a course for the rift, full impulse. And we're just going to cover our heads and take our bruises as we make the run for it.
Okay.
And I am going to... The strategy here is that the Newton is going to take point, and we're going to basically back up. I don't want the Newton behind us. I want the Newton in front of us, since we are putting ourselves... I'm trying to put the Arlington in front of the Galaxy class.
Okay, so you're trying to go past the Lovelace to the rift.
Mm-hmm. So I know how I'm going to do that too.
Okay.
It's time for a game of chicken. I need the Lovelace to move. So as Shaw takes a seat in the center chair, he's going to look his lieutenant dead in the eyes and say, "Lieutenant, I need you to plot a collision course."
And it's at that point that both of you here were being hailed.
Sir?
All right. Audio only, if you would, please.
Okay. You hear it. It's very fortunate that you did audio only, because that's the only signal that comes through.
Excellent.
Lieutenant Carl, can you tell me what the message you sent to your family was?
Just, I'm alive.
You hear a message from Lieutenant Carl coming from the Lovelace, basically just letting his family know, hey, I'm alive. You could tell that it was an encrypted, encoded message.
It was intercepted. Yeah. The captain does that math in his head.
On the table? Is hacking them still on the table?
Everything's still on the table.
I would love to.
And then
Can I get over?
the message continues, and it's just a voice saying names. Carl, you recognize the first couple of names.
Jesus.
Mom, dad, brothers, sisters, cousins. And then the names repeat, and you can see other people on the Arlington start to recognize their names, the names that they're hearing as well.
They're going to go after our crew's families, Captain. I'm not running from that.
To the members, to the crew of the Newton and the USS Arlington. Since you passed on the chance of being something more, we should inform you that very much like the namesake of the ship that you are on, Captain Vandergriff, every action has a consequence. And the transmission is ended.
Indeed it does. Kirby.
I would like to assimilate the Galaxy class, please.
You will have to either get the Newton close or get somebody on.
Can you get me and some of the Newton onto the
Gin,
Galaxy
are you
class?
at helm or is Hannah right now?
I never took over a helm, but I can, Captain, if you wish.
Sir, I could attempt
above table, whichever position you would prefer to be in is the one that currently pertains, I think. So if you want to have been at helm, be at helm.
Sure, I will be at helm.
All right.
Sir, I could follow your previous order, and the Newton could fly in our wake and be protected enough to get into range, I imagine.
Sounds like a plan. Whatever happens next, it's Kirby's show now.
Oh boy.
So
fear overcomes.
As you say that, the Lovelace.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
All right.
So yeah, plot your course.
Copy that, sir.
So Gin will stand up suddenly, and as it's cloaking, just like stare really hard at it.
Yes! Yes! Okay, I'm so sorry. I just got really excited.
Yes.
This is
just
going to
trying
be
to detect any type of shimmer in space. Yeah.
This is going to be insight. Oh boy.
And I'm going to use
say,
value.
go ahead.
I'm going to pop a value. Pop a value. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this is insight security, but you can negotiate with me on this as long as your reasoning is good.
Insight security?
Mm-hmm.
My security is such trash. Can I say engineering? Because it is a ship. And
I will give that to you. I will give that to you.
Great. I also have observation as a focus. And my value that I'd like to use to get an auto crit is there's a way out of even the worst storm.
Ooh.
Okay. So everybody sees the Lovelace cloak. And there is a moment where you can kind of feel the crew of the Arlington are a little disheartened by this. They're still steadfast and they're going to do what they have to do.
Sure.
But it's just like, oh, this is going to be so much harder. And the crew on the Newton, they're just ready. Like, they're just like, we're doing this. But it's strange. You were really paying attention to the energy coming off of those quantum torpedoes. And when the ship vanishes, that signature does it for you.
I can
How
see
do you
them.
let the Arlington and the crew know we're still good?
I can still see them. I can still see them.
Oh.
What do we want to do?
Are you on the helm?
I am on the helm, yeah.
No, that was in character. Sorry.
Yes, I am.
Then you can be my eyes.
All right.
Okay.
In we go.
Take us in, Ensign.
So I'd like to. Well, yeah. I'm going to basically track them. Like I know what their coordinates are now, so I'll put that into our system to share with the Arlington. And I guess
Okay.
it'll have to be visually charting them, and always kind of like if they move, I will be like, okay, they move this way, and kind of send that new coordinate over.
Yeah. You're gonna be like manually tracking.
Yeah.
Everybody. So
And
cool.
also we'll have to like pretend we can't see them, so our ship will probably just like kind of creep or near them, but be like, la la la, we can't see you.
I'm in the wrong direction.
You have a location of where they are. You can see where they are.
I can see because my visual spectrum is widened.
Right.
So I can see their quantum signature, the signature of their quantum.
So you've got a
torpedoes.
roundabout idea of where their location is.
I know exactly where they are.
Okay.
And he has to like manually like input
Yeah.
where to, and then all of us can yeah.
Now, you're not thoroughly familiar with cloaking technology, but you are aware that cloaking and shields don't really go together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you can see where they are and get close, there is a chance that you can transport crew members over. It is
Captain?
still going to be risky because you can't see exactly where you're sending them.
Okay.
But it's a
yeah.
long shot that can be done.
Captain.
Yeah.
Permission to approach the known location of the Newton? No, not the Newton. We're the
Arlington.
oh the
Lovelace.
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 Permission to approach the known location of the Lovelace and attempt to beam our away team onto their ship.
Drift us in as close as possible to course to the rift, while also keeping us in transporter range. Don't let on more than you have to. But we're rabbiting. Let them think we're running. Don't worry about going too slow.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, we're going to have to see what we can rig with this antimatter.
All right. So, since you're at the helm, this is going to be a daring con.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty 3.
Okay. May I spend? How many do we have?
I think you're down to 2 now.
Okay. Then I'll spend 1. Get an extra die.
Can I assist since we're in
This-
communication?
It's the same roll for you.
Okay.
I believe Elisa's difficulty goes down by 1 because this character is using his eyesight.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
So I said this was a difficulty 4, right? So it's 3 for you.
Okay.
It's 4 for the Arlington.
Copy that.
Okay. Difficulty 3. And then whenever you use the swift task momentum spend, you do not increase. Okay, that's if I do a second thing after this. When you attempt a task to detect danger or hidden enemies, reduce the difficulty by 1. Can you say that?
This is welcome, Lisa. You are the perfect addition for this one.
Would you say that this the difficulty in this task is increased due to environmental conditions?
Environmental, the red matter?
No. Well,
Okay.
actually, no. Wait, so right now, what you're doing is you're getting to the rift. That'll apply when you're going through the rift.
Okay.
But getting to the rift, the problem is the Lovelace, not the environment.
I will
Okay.
roll it straight.
But this is subject to the plan I just laid out, meaning that my methodical planning, like my planning traits kick in, giving
Yes,
you
they do.
I can assist.
Yes.
And let's see. I think you get a bonus d20.
Ooh. I could use that.
Because it's in keeping with the plan.
Do y'all mind
Okay.
if I buy another d20 with threat so I can re-roll one?
Do it.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Boldly going over here.
So I went down from 4 to 3 difficulty. Are you going to let me use my constantly watching? That's the one
yeah.
that's... Okay, great. So then I have difficulty 2, and I've gotten 2 die, so 2 additional.
And
here we
So
go.
here I go.
What? Sorry. Focus and squad tactics. Feels like it applies.
That'll
here?
definitely works. That definitely works.
So does
Oh
that?
yeah, and
does that-
focus wise. Okay.
What? Sorry. What? I don't know what a focus does because I should, but I don't.
5 or under becomes a crit.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Well, it depends on what
Oh,
number your discipline is. So if it's 5, then it's 5 and under. If it's 4, it's 4 and under.
Got it.
For me, focus wise, I have observation, flight control systems. That sounds like, or transporters and replicators. So I guess it depends on which part of this we're rolling
The
on.
flight system one is the one that applies here because you're flying.
Right.
I don't think you're flying and trying to transport somebody
at the
over.
same time. Right. Okay. All right. Here I go. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
Nice.
We got
Only 2 over here, unfortunately.
And so we bank 1 momentum from me, and I also get to roll.
And another one from Van de Graaff.
Yep.
Okay. So we
And
bank
we
2
another one
momentum.
from my failure dice, I think, right?
Were you?
You get 2 for
assisting-
your failure dice.
yeah, when we
Okay.
fail, we get 2.
Oh, you had your own difficulty. Got it.
Yeah.
And I get to roll up my untapped potential d6, but I didn't get anything, so never mind.
Okay, so how this plays out is there's
Oh
that
yeah.
moment
Sorry. I
of-
get to roll my d6 as well. Sorry.
Oh no, don't worry.
That's a 4. I don't know what that means. I think nothing, right? I have to get a 6 for
I
something.
think nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it untapped potential as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's nothing.
Cool.
That's what I.
All right,
rolled.
so the way this plays out, we zoom out and we get that cool like space battle camera view, and there's that moment of hopelessness. But again, Lothar is like, "Hey, I can still see them." Kicks the impulse engine. There's a volley of weapons array fire that the Newton, even without warp, it's just it. You're definitely avoiding fire. There's one that almost comes and blasts the Newton, but the Arlington just kind of swoops in and takes that hit. That's how we're showing that failure. Everybody on the Arlington is rocked. You're doing the Star Trek dance, baby.
I want to point out that when you gave me permission to build the Arlington character sheet, I took advanced shield systems. We have 16 points in our
Hell
shields.
yeah.
Nice.
Well,
So
I'm
it's just-
grateful
So we're taking
anyway for
hits,
taking
but-
a hit, Captain.
Yeah,
Much appreciated
you
over
take
here
the
on
hit, but the Arlington it's still
Yeah.
holding, and it's like it's clear that the Lovelace is focusing on the Newton, and every time they get
Yeah,
close,
that's the prize.
every time they get close, the Arlington just kind of dips in and takes the bump for them. You're getting real close to the rift when you're hailed one more time.
I have absolutely no motivation to receive this hail.
I know, right?
Like this happens in STO too, where like they'll tell you hail incoming, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Like,
Yeah. Just fire everything.
I'm a
Listen,
Klingon. I'm
fire
too
at
busy
will.
blowing you up. Like every like. But this is Star Trek, and I shall take the hail.
Okay, like I was down to clown if you were like, no.
All right.
No, that's
guys.
just Eric. I mean, again, Shaw is a lot more level-headed than his player, so Shaw will take the hail. But Campbell's going, "Why, dude? You don't want to hear what the." Fine.
You see a woman come on your viewfinder or view screen. She's got slick back hair, and you can see on the pips that it's the lieutenant commander of the Lovelace.
Okay.
Captain, before you do anything rash, I just have a question to ask you before we continue.
I was curious to see what other stops you were going to pull out. What have you got?
Just a question.
Ask away.
Lieutenant Nathan Nevek.
I'll cut transmission.
Beautiful. Like you cut transmissions off, and immediately another volley comes. It's going to be daring con again for the both of you.
I met myself halfway on that one. I took the call and
I'm
I
gonna
hung.
die of
I'm sorry. I just
need
needed
you to know that.
I'm Commander Shepard in the council right
I'll
now.
find
Like
some
I was just waiting for the opportunity.
Same difficulties before?
Yes.
I believe we also are almost maxed out on momentum because of all
Yeah,
of the
Chad has also been throwing
collections.
shows at
yeah.
us, so
Just got a bunch.
So both of you take momentum, take extra dice.
I would
Okay.
love to take 3 momentum to get 2 additional die, if that's cool.
Okay.
do we have enough
Alright.
for me to do the same?
Yeah, 3 and
Okay.
3 if
3
we're
and 3,
maxed out.
yeah.
And then difficulty 4 down to 2, same thing. Whoa,
Mhm.
very low airplane. I'm going on mute.
Ah,
It's a ambient sounds for your.
I actually can't
Yeah.
hear it. It's a funny
Actually, yeah,
thing.
I should have left
Yeah,
it.
I can't
should
hear
have
it.
unmuted.
Yeah.
It's gone now. but-
Okay.
okay,
Was this increased by environmental conditions?
Yes, it
Okay,
was.
so now it's 3.
All right, so my target is 2. Difficulty 2 down to 2.
Do you
All
get
right.
the bonus from Sydney again?
Oh,
Of like the planning, or does
Did
that only
I?
work once?
is that a one-time thing or?
That's a one-time
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
We're going to
Okay,
use
so
it
my
for that first
difficulty's-
one.
Well,
My difficulty is 3 then.
I got 3 successes, but oh wait, no, I get to re-roll a die. Hold on.
2.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. Didn't,
okay.
Didn't the
I got 3
captains
successes.
give you a bonus die, or did that lower the difficulty?
Well, I spent. Oh yeah, what did
That
they?
was the first
no,
time round.
The
Yeah.
For the first time,
captain's
that was a
thing
bonus die. For the
Yes,
first
it
time.
was
yeah,
a
it was a
bonus
bonus
die.
die.
Yeah.
So then what? So you're.
My
you just
difficulty is
added-
3 because I went from 4 to 3 because of my constantly watching.
But your alien eyes.
Oh, you're right. Yes,
It should be 2 still.
it should
That's what I'm saying.
still
Like
be
it
2.
wasn't. That was a bonus
Yes,
die before.
I
This
forgot.
Is,
Yes,
your
thank
difficulty
you.
should still be 2. Yeah.
Oh,
So
got
then
it.
good because I rolled 2 successes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Eliza, I just reread Untapped Potential. It actually, we did get something from a roll. We got momentum equal to whatever we rolled last time.
Yeah, but on these thingies, the 4 is nothing.
Oh, okay. I don't have the special
Yeah,
dice.
so it would be if
Yep.
you get an effect, or
That's
sorry, if you
bad.
get this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was rolling on the special dice and I got boop nothing.
Okay,
That's what I got.
got it. So
So
that's probably
3s
what I
and
got, too.
4s are nothing typically.
Got it,
Yeah.
got
Okay. So you both succeed, I believe.
Yep.
Do we bank any momentum from that?
You're
Not from mine.
You're
I got a no 15. You don't bank anything from me. Oh, I did get a failure. I guess that's a momentum. I don't know.
How many
Oh.
successes did you roll?
I got 3 successes and 1 failure.
Oh, it's
What was
difficulty
your
4.
difficulty? It was difficulty.
Yeah,
four.
But I
difficulty
reduced it.
He dropped
but
it
I
to
re-
3.
I dropped it to 3
Oh,
because of the.
okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so no
3.
moment. That's all right. I just wanted to see if
So
we had
Yeah.
a
Okay.
momentum.
Yeah, we both just made it.
Okay, and so like you dodge volleys and you make it through the rift. Now you are in another timeline.
Question: as we do this, does the USS Newton slam the door?
Are you dropping the warp core?
Captain.
That's up to the Newton.
This is already narrated beyond my expectations.
We were on a different mission in our brains.
Yeah, yep.
Whichever.
I'm so sorry.
No, this works though.
Yeah.
Oh no! Please tell me. Let me work with your narration. How we want to do this?
Because
Ultimately, you're getting to the rift, so like we can work anything out before that.
Were we gonna try to transport someone to Hack?
we
That was-
were
yeah, that was
going
the
to
original.
look.
We don't have to.
I'll put it
But
this way.
yeah.
Vandegraaff does not intend to slam a door unless the crew's families are no longer under
Yeah.
threat. There was a
Okay.
threat made on actual people on this side of the door.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And my value, no one messes with my crew.
Heck yeah! So this is how we're gonna rewind things a little bit. Instead of just making a mad dash to the door, it's and that's my fault. I completely spaced on the plan. So what happens rather is that the Newton is kind of The Newton is using the distraction of the Arlington to like get belly to belly with where they assume the Lovelace is.
Yes.
If there was a shot to transport somebody over, this is it. This is going to be a daring engineering role.
Okay.
And it is going to be difficulty 4.
Oof.
Oh, we just spent all our momentum.
No, we just spent all our momentum.
I've already used my value.
But guess what? I'm going to use my trait commanding officer. The commanding officer may spend a point of determination to grant any character they can communicate with 1 point of determination that does not have to be linked to a value.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay, so
I'm going to give you get another determination.
Yes.
So you get automatic. You're going to get an automatic 2 successes, a critical on a bonus d20. Take it.
Great.
All right.
Who is rolling for the transport though? Because maybe one of us can roll and one can assist.
Captain of the ship should.
Not only that, but who's going?
Oh yeah, that too. Kirby and
Kirby's gotta go.
yeah, Kirby and one of the Newtonians.
Yeah.
I mean, my initial thought was like, other stuff was happening, but I was like, my initial thought was like, of all of the scoping out that Kirby has done, the collective, the Newton collective folks who want to stay a collective, that would have been my pitch for an away team. However, I don't know what other folks have been thinking.
So there is an engineer on the Newton that logically it makes sense for me to go. And then you may need a pilot to get back. I know. And Hannah steps up.
I know. It could never have been anyone else. All right. Well, so as we're making our way, they're gearing up to leave. I will go over Ensign Vandegraff.
Captain Vandegraff.
I am putting an officer I trust to take care of my crew on a critical away mission. And that one time in the park notwithstanding, there's no one in the world I trust more than you.
I'm going because the person I look up to most in the world would have gone. And you could tell her throat was strained when she said I. It took work.
She said it. I heard it. I lean in just to her ear. I love you, Hannah. Be safe. Come back to me.
She smiles and goes, I've survived worse. And this isn't goodbye. This is see you in 5.
Because you still have to pay for that time at the park. All right. Get on the transporter. It's time to go.
Give me the order.
Energize.
Kirby, as that's happening, holds out their hand and holds on to, and they and Hannah hold hands. Just a squeeze, where you're not going to be alone, kind of a thing.
The engineer that's going with you.
I forgot that was it. I thought they swapped. Places.
No,
My bad.
No, it's you, Hannah, and the nameless engineer who grabbed a phaser rifle.
Oh, amazing! Kirby grabs both of their hands.
It's time for that teleporter roll. This is daring engineering.
Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Daring engineering for me is 13. Am I the person who should roll this?
On daring, yeah, I'm a 12 for that one. Unfortunately. If I could convince it to any other stat, but no, if it's daring, and I understand why it is.
Yeah.
You
Totally.
energize. I will be busy building the antimatter. Hey, don't mess with us while we're right next to you. Problem for them.
This nameless engineer's name is now Dan Drake, named after the comments from Nicole Drake. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure he gets out alive. I named it after somebody that's watching us, and now he dies. No, I'm not gonna do that. So go ahead and give me that sweet roll.
Okay. We get
So they have
from the
plot
ship.
armor. I
And the
understand.
ship. I think the ship
Soon as the
also
name
rolls
happens.
The
because
ship.
transporters.
Yeah,
If
ship
someone can roll
assist.
for ship. I forgot the difficulty.
It's difficulty 4.
It got
Okay, I
lowered
have-
to 3 for some reason. Oh no! You got a
'Cause
auto
visual-
determination
this-
from.
Mm-hmm.
So you got
Yep,
2
auto.
auto
I have
crit.
2.
2 auto
I rolled
successes.
1 additional, and yeah,
Computers?
that's 3.
Okay, so the goal is 4, but it is
Wait,
3.
No,
did
it's
you roll for?
5 total.
I think it's also
Oh,
visual.
5 total?
Because you got 3, right? Did you get 3 successes?
I rolled 1, and then I
Oh.
got the auto crit, so that's 3.
Oh.
If the difficulty went down because of my visual spectrum, though, because I'm transporting.
You're being able to place us. You have to know where to send us.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Ship
you're not
assist?
able to see
Yeah, ship
exactly.
assist. I thought we were getting a ship assist.
And
Yeah,
the ship should roll.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
'Cause, like, yeah.
Yeah,
So if the captain wants
transporters.
to roll that.
But so
Transporters.
So
we're
that's
at 3
computers
successes
engineering,
now.
as I recall.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you just need 1.
Come on, Newton.
Okay.
Get us
All right,
there.
what kind of number do we want for computers engineering on the Newton?
I
yeah.
think
I was rolling 15 last time, but I don't know what you want.
let's go with
that was
15.
sensor science. Okay, all right.
I'll take. We'll just rock with it.
All right, I'll roll for it.
I believe in you, Sam.
Get us there.
Okay,
Roll the game.
for Hannah. No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I was
No
like,
way.
the moment
Is it
Sam
a
said that,
20?
I was like, Sam's going to roll a nat 20 now because they said that.
Eric,
Yep.
one shots.
Oh, they rolled well.
That's right.
Natural 1.
They rolled
One.
that one. I can see it.
Yes.
So there's a.
Thank you.
So there's a moment.
So
We-
do we bank a momentum from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes we do, because it's one more than
Yeah.
we need, right?
Thank
Yeah.
God.
That's 4. That's 5 successes total.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay.
So there's a moment after Hannah says, "Give the order." What happened at the park?
Oh. We were fairly small kids, but Sydney always wanted to Starfleet. We had built out of cardboard and put in a tree a little starship because holy gosh dang. Every kid game Sydney wanted to play growing up was Starship. And Hannah had put together the transporter pad and had absolutely convinced Sydney it was on a branch, so it was fine. They could go on the Tresplat.
And so we see this fun little memory of the 2 young Vandegraffs playing in the transporter, and there's a moment where your hands are shaking. You are sending your sibling to an enemy ship with highly advanced technology. Lord knows what's inside. And you imagine your sister as the little kid that you played with, but you look and you see a confident Starfleet officer. You hit the button. You know you got it. And then they're gone. And then there's a moment of panic. Did you get it right? Did you get it right? And you hear, we're on the Lovelace. Real close to engineering. Good work, Captain. Outside, the fight is still raring. The Arlington is playing protector and shield to the Newton. And it's very impressive because these shots are coming out of what seems to be nowhere. And every now and then the cloak has to recalibrate, so the Lovelace will
Firing
appear.
with its cloaking device activated?
No, it appears and then it.
Oh, okay. So they're popping in and out. Okay.
Yeah. So and that's what makes this so impressive. It's just there's nothing, and then suddenly the ship is there, fires, and it's gone again. And the Arlington is moving deftly to catch these hits. We zoom inside of the Lovelace, and this thing was put together in a hurry and with construction that is very not standard to Federation in your time. It's like somebody looked at the set of Star Trek and tried to make it.
Kirby can see the dissonance because they have these memories now. They can see where it is put together poorly and where maybe they did okay. And like it's a strange, like I think overlapping in their mind, I suppose. But we're looking for a console as soon as we can.
First, however, I'm going to need you to make me a fitness security check.
Great. Amazing.
Because you pop up and immediately you see a couple of engineers go, intruders! And
this is why we have the engineer. We have our engineer with the big rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also gonna go ahead and roll for our engineer friend. And for Hannah.
Okay, so question here. I'm connected to these two. This is my tiny little collective.
You just gained a momentum from chat. Real quick.
Thanks,
So, yeah.
chat. I'm gonna use
you,
that.
chat.
I have this tiny collective with these two right now.
Mm-hmm. You can issue them orders without saying a word.
Okay, that's not what I want. That's amazing to know though. But so neural interface is when I'm interacting with computers or similar technologies with my thoughts. I get a reroll out of it. So does my tiny collective count as using my neural interface? If we're all kind of on the same page right now, we all booped in.
If you were on the Newton, then yes, but not here.
You've got another threat from Chat Noir. They give it and they take it away.
That's valid.
I have already spit the threat.
Amazing. All right. Okay.
Oh, no.
So I'm just gonna take. So we have 2 momentum. I'm gonna take 1 to give bonus die here because I don't think this could be very good. What was the? Sorry. What it daring?
This is just gonna be difficulty 2.
Okay. And was it daring security?
This is fitness security.
Fitness security.
You are jumping out of the way. You're doing the patented Kirk roll.
Starship security systems. Security.
Security. This is the systems. This
okay,
is
just
the
an
people
individual.
shooting at
Cool,
you. Yeah.
Just checking. All right, here we go. Okay. Wait, what was my difficulty?
2.
That's 2. That's 2. That's 2.
So all 3 of you deftly jump out of the way, and you're kind of back against the wall as phaser fire hits, and the engineer pops out, does a couple of shots, and while he's doing that, you see Hannah kind of scurry over to one of the consoles.
Mm-hmm. Follow. We gotta get in and out super fast.
She stands up and starts typing against one of the consoles. And she says, "If you would be so kind as to take care of the ship, I'll take care of them."
We don't need any more people. Just put them to sleep. Our collective is fine. Okay. There's no more room. Okay. Just make them sleepy. We just need the ship. Got it?
No vacancy.
Yeah. No vacancy. We don't. They all suck. We don't want their brains. Okay. Understood?
Hannah rolls her eyes at you and goes, "We are Borg." Presses a button on the console, and you see pipes next to where the guys are shooting at you overheat and explode, knocking them down.
Beautiful. I feel about a field promotion. Chief of Security, let's go. And Kirby's gonna go and try to get into these systems, see what we can do.
Okay.
I want to control this ship.
This is gonna be pretty much the game.
Yeah.
This is going to be daring engineering.
Okay.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, the Arlington can't do this all day. And if the Arlington goes down, the Newton goes down. It's all on this.
Our friendship is going to come crashing to an end, Caitlin.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame you this.
I get fired, I get kicked out, I have to flee the country. It all comes down to this. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use that last momentum to buy a die. I am going to use my value, which honestly, all of them apply. I have trouble with and 2 authority. No system is unhackable. I always have an exit strategy, and I haven't died yet. It won't be now. So value, and then focuses in computer systems, starship security systems, technological forgery, and decryption. Do any of those count?
Most of them do. Like, pick one.
Amazing.
This is your moment.
I literally, this is what they are built for. I'm going to use my neural interface, so I'm interfacing directly with the computer, which means I will get a reroll. I am not getting any assist from this ship's computers, right? I'm actively working against it. So, okay, so that one doesn't work, but that's fine. All right.
This ship is disinclined to help you.
This ship is disinclined. That's totally fine. Okay, so I'm going to automatically 2 successes. And you said daring engineering, correct? Okay.
Difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. Okay.
You got this. You got
Here
this.
we go, Kirby.
Now, here's the deal. Here's the devil's bargain I'll make with you.
Oh, now we get the devil's bargain.
All right.
I will drop it to difficulty 1. You will take care of the Lovelace, and everything will be fine.
Oh no.
Or I will raise it to difficulty 5, and the Lovelace will be destroyed, and all personnel records on the Lovelace will be deleted so that the family members of the Arlington are safe. Your choice.
Wait, so it gets harder?
If you stay in long enough to disable the ship and get rid of the personnel, it becomes 5. If you're just disabling the ship, it becomes 1. Which one will you choose to do?
Unfortunately, I have made a little collective. Unfortunately, I have been acting like Starfleet recently. And unfortunately, I have trouble with authority, and we just had an Admiral on our ship, so I'm gonna take that 5.
Okay.
All right, 3 successes on the dice is what you need. Your focuses do apply. So either a success on each die, or at least 1 crit.
And I have 1 reroll.
What's your engineering number?
5.
All right.
And I have 1 reroll from neural interface. So.
And 1 reroll from the neural interface. Mathematically, we are comfy. Mathematically, we are sitting pretty. Why did you give me the dice luck earlier? We needed it. And you got this. You got this. I believe in you.
How much can I toss a threat for a 4th die? Is that a thing that's allowed?
I will absolutely take that.
Threat. Yeah, I'll give you 2 threat.
But yeah.
Take it.
Okay.
Take it.
Hell yeah.
4 die. Let's do it.
I want you all to remember this moment.
Oh, this will be talked about.
3 threats today. Okay, Kirby.
I believe in you.
You can do this.
I believe in you, Kirby.
Let's go.
You're a good Starfleet.
Okay, I get 1 reroll.
You get 1 reroll.
Waiting for Noir to be like, and that's our game for tonight.
I know.
I got to give y'all some kind of conclusion, but there is a cliffhanger coming.
There's still one coming?
Oh yeah. Oh
We suffer from
yeah.
thoughts. All right, all right, all right. There's a face. There's a face. There's a face with a smile.
So, including my value,
Mm-hmm.
that will be 6. That's a freaking 6.
That's my B. Let's go.
You're going through the systems and you recall each name that they used as a threat, and you wipe them from Starfleet's records.
They have been found wanting.
You see a program initiate after you finish this. You're so deep into the system that you understand that this is a safety protocol installed by Section 31. The ship understands that it has been compromised. It understands that classified information has been retrieved, and it is now destroying all the information on the ship, and the ship is entering self-destruct.
Oh, jeez.
I would like to make that not happen.
What is scorched earth? Go A.
At this point,
Kirby will let the Newton know that that is happening.
at this point, the system is unresponsive. It is locked down. You gotta go.
They have escape pods, Kirby.
We're in engineering. Can we beam ourselves down to escape pods? I would like to.
Do I still have a transport lock? I imagine I
that
would
too.
have kept a close eye on that.
You know what? I will give it to you for a momentum.
We do have one momentum, I
one.
believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay.
So
Yeah,
with
I
that,
would have kept that up.
you still have transporter lock on them, and you can retrieve them.
Are you ready to come back?
I think so.
All right.
Is there anything I could rip out before it destroys all the tech? Like, is there any other info while my brain was in
As
this ship? that I
soon
can
as this
scan?
program initiated,
Okay.
it's a dead ship.
All right, sounds good. Let's get it. Yeah, we get out of here.
Okay.
Get us out,
and
please.
You get out safely, and not more than 30 seconds later, you start to see the explosion from the warp core. You guys gotta move.
Did any escape pods jettison from said ship?
The system was dead.
Oh,
Once this program initiated, everything shut down.
Fuck Section 31, yo.
I respectfully agree. That's
We might
messed
not
up.
have to drop our warp core if we can get through that. That explosion might do the trick.
Okay.
And so,
Okay. Yes. No, I know exactly. Do we still have a functional tractor beam?
I will say yes. That's one of the systems that the Starfleet Collective or the Newton Collective was able to repair.
Newton to Arlington?
Go for Arlington.
Book it. We will be coming in extremely, extremely hot behind you.
Understood. You heard the captain. I'm gonna look at you, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Going to full throttle. Do you want me to roll for it, or do you want to just it goes?
You already rode for it, so I
Okay,
saved
great.
that roll from before because we rewound a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Now you just have the added coolness of an explosion happening behind you as you narrowly make it through this like ever-shifting tear in space. And at the last second, you turn it sideways to fit it, and just and you're in.
I always wanted to do this.
And Newton, you follow behind?
Oh, that we do.
We got some
Someone's
cargo.
going to have to tow this explosion behind us.
And so you zip as well. And the explosion of the warp core damages the rift, and you see it slowly close behind you. there's a moment where everyone takes a deep breath. Kirby, you hear they've returned. Sinking.
Oh God.
Sinking. We are Borg. And you see just a glint of green light shine in the eye of everyone on the Newton. And that's where we're going to end today.
Look, if it makes y'all feel any better, we're in the Delta Quadrant, so I'm sure the Dominion will probably be helping us. Oh wait, that's Gamma. Never mind. Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, we're doomed.
Yeah, we're in the Gamma Quadrant right now.
Yeah, we're Gamma. They mentioned the Dominion already. Is this?
Gamma Quadrant's Borg territory.
That's my sister, you son!
We're gonna see Voyager fly right past us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see you later.
Hey, oh, good to see you. And then Voyager's gonna be like, we should help them. No, wait,
Oh,
they're
don't
all
mind
Borg.
us.
Maximum Borg. Turning back into lizards.
I'm so sorry. I have
You're
to
not
do
sorry.
it.
You are
Sorry.
sorry. You're not even
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
But we are 40 minutes over, so we should probably
Yes.
wrap.
Oh,
I'm
Gamma.
so
no.
sorry.
A Voyager was Delta. So Gamma. Yeah. No. Yeah.
No, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's
If you
fine.
want to see a supplementary story to everything that's going on, subscribe to Streampunk's Coffee Companion tier and higher. There is going to be some kind of adjacent weirdness tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. inside Streampunk's Discord. I know I want to be there, and I'm actually going to be there because Anita and I play, and Noir will continue this in some form, in some way.
It's perfect timing because we're revealing 2 new ships on 10 Forward Weekly tomorrow, and then right afterwards you can go straight to the Discord. So,
Hey.
Well, I certainly hope that you all enjoyed the story of the USS Arlington and the USS Newton, and I hope you join us tomorrow for finding out a few more things about what's happening here. But thank you for staying with us for so long, and have a great night.
Happy birthday, Bonnie!
Happy birthday, Bonnie! Keep doing those spaceship donuts.